Either way.
All right. You guys did it the last few times, so I suppose I'll go. So, um, starting I guess from the top. So everybody met up in Shen, which is a small lumbering village that borders the Donnerwood, the largest forest in the region. Um, so after some role playing, some of you got together, met up, things like that, and you were brought aboard this caravan that needed to take a few days to travel down to Kermont, which is the um, the closest large city. And it was Mr. Augusto, which is like a larger merchant. So after reaching Kermont and with a little bit of finagling, you were able to get in, following the caravan, and after which you all explored the city for a little bit. You were paid handsomely for helping out, and you had an offer to help eradicate the gnoll problem that you've been having. Um, you did run into some gnolls on the way to Kermont, and just as a general basis, like in this region, it's been an issue for some time, and it's been growing steadily worse. So they gave you several weeks, 2 weeks, until you needed to be at the point at which you're going to meet like another scouting team, and you're going to meet up and try and find where these gnolls are located. You guys are not like the strike team. It's um, these larger merchant players are trying to build their resources, and you're going to scout it out and try and let them know where to go. So given the downtime that you had, everybody kind of did a few short things, and then it was decided, hey, we have time, so let's see if the guard needs any help. So after going to the guard post, you um, ran into Mr. Durrell, and he gave you several assignments. One of which was dealing with some harpies in a uh, nearby village in the mountains called Norwich. So after about a day's worth of travel, you got to this smaller village and started exploring around. About like sometime in the dead of night, um, Branagor and Alan, no, sorry, it wasn't Branagor, it was Felix and Alan, um, were awoken by like this enchanting, like beautiful song, and like this feeling of ecstasy just kind of overtook them, and they just followed the sound. Due to his good role, Branagor heard the song, and he awakes and shakes awake Cleese, both of which start running up the path, knowing ahead of time that the harpy was about, and essentially got the two after quite a few rolls back inside and settled down. After which, everybody kind of settled down, decided they were going to take some watch, and then the rest of the night went pretty uneventfully. I believe that's it, at least on a higher level.
Yeah, I think that was about where we left off.
Oh god, I just spilled soda into my keyboard.
Oh god.
That wasn't much, it's not the end of the world. Cheap keyboard anyways.
Just one sec, guys. Alright, sorry about that, guys. So I'm back. Um, yeah, so if I believe correctly here, let me see. Okay, so we left off, and due to the way you guys were awoken and you had this confrontation, I believe Alan said he was going to sleep until like later morning so he could get his full long rest, which would mean sleeping until somewhere in the ballpark of like 9 or 10.
Yeah.
So, um, those of you who wish to get long rest or whatnot, um, you take the time. You wake up early morning, kind of groggily, and the morning is yours. So, Felix and Alan, you awake and you're at Fosco's house. I assume still, free to do whatever you will, whatever you choose. And Branagor and Cleese are at Martine's residence. And you both awaken to the smell of breakfast cooking. You can smell eggs and some sort of like buttery, um, kind of like a lard or something like that smell.
Okay.
Okay. So wait. So do I have time before Alan wakes up? I forgot. Did I need the extra time?
Only if you wanted to get a long rest. Because the way it worked is the long rest was interrupted. So you.
Oh yeah, because I gotta.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sleeping on that.
Okay, I'll just get up and eat some breakfast if she's willing to share. It's Martine probably that's cooking it.
Yeah. Yeah. You can see that Cleese is kind of like he's passed out.
Yeah, I'm doing the same.
And you just kind of come to these smells.
Okay. Hey, good morning, Martine.
Oh, hello, good morning. And you can see she's kind of, um, it's not a very large place, but she's made as much real estate as she can, as much like counter space. And you can see she has like a fresh loaf of bread, and she's like sliced it up, and she has some sort of meat cooking. It looks like, as well as some other things going. Um, She's also kind of like cooking some eggs on the side. She's like doing as much as she can with all the real estate she has. She's making what looks to be like small baskets or something like that, as well as cooking like plates of food.
Do you mind if I grab a plate?
Yes, of course, of course. And you see at this point she has three plates of food done, and there's one that's like quite a bit larger portioned out. She takes that one and gives it to you.
Oh, thank you.
Of course. Anything I can do. Did you rest well? I mean, of course, besides what happened.
More or less after, yeah. And
Good,
I'll just sit down and
good, good breakfast. Ready to face the day.
Awesome. Dwarven ale. Perfect breakfast.
oh, hey, Cleese.
Is it noon yet? Did I miss it?
Not yet. Uh, uh, by your standards, you woke up way too early.
Oh, I'll go back to bed then.
She doesn't stop you. She lets you do what you wish.
I'll just keep eating.
Wake me when we're ready to leave.
All right, so you have a delicious breakfast. Um, it's mostly eggs. Um, they seem to be covered in some sort of butter or something like that, with a few slices of toast, a few larger slices of toast, and just like a few pieces of bacon. It's like 2.
Okay.
And as Khalees goes back to bed, she's kind of like has a plate in hand, like she's gonna give it to him, and then she's like, okay. She turns around, and then she just continues, and you can see she's making, it appears to be some sort of baskets of like she's preparing food.
She's putting food in the baskets, like it's a to-go box or something.
Correct. Yeah, she has like to
Okay.
the right hand side of her, like she's preparing some food, and then to the left of her, she's like started to make some plates. She's kind of like multitasking and doing both at the same time.
Okay, I'll just wait around. 'Cause, I'm assuming the let me learn to talk. Other people are gonna come eat eventually.
Yeah, I as I wake up, I get my stuff together. I head outside and I send Orbit up to take a little cursory glance and make sure the harpies, no one's or the harpy or no one is coming over through that little pathway.
Okay. Yeah, which isn't a problem. So, because it's later morning at this point, the sun is decently high in the sky. Um, it's like a nice, cool morning here in the mountains. It's pretty refreshing compared to um, what most of you are used to, being so close to the swamp areas or like the plains sort of areas where there's not a whole lot of shade. And
Yeah.
as Orbit kind of crests up over like this, I don't know, 80 or so foot tall, like rocky area that borders this town, he flies up and you can scan quite a ways, and you don't see anything in particular that strikes you as like the harpy or anything dangerous immediately. It's just kind of like a quiet, sort of serene area. Um, you see like some birds and flying in the background or perched up in various places, and a couple like you see like little mice or whatnot scampering around, but nothing that really jumps out at you as dangerous or needing further attention.
Okay, I'll pop back in the door and yell to Alan. Hey, do you want to head over to the Martine lady's place? She probably has breakfast or something that's not cold rations.
Sorry, did anything happen in the past like 5 minutes? I just got distracted because someone just came in, let me know that my tires popped.
Oh, that sucks.
Well, that's
Apparently, it's got a screw in it.
Yeah, that happened to me a couple weeks ago. I just like we woke up. Brandagor's getting breakfast. I took a quick step outside, did a quick scan with Orbit, and just came in, asked if you wanted to go over to the Martine's house to grab breakfast before we head out.
Sure, that would be great. Let's make our way over there.
Yep.
Before I do that, I'm just going to go check on my horse. I'll be there in just a minute.
Okay. Meet you over there.
Just check on it, make sure it's got a bit of, hay set out for it and whatnot.
Okay, yeah, not a problem. You see it still has like some dew on the outside of it still, just damp, as the blanket is still kind of covering it and it hasn't cooked off completely because again it's like a lot cooler here in the mountains. And just kind of welcomes you a little bit. Notices notices you come out of the door obviously, and gives you a little bit of attention. And as you give it the hay, it kind of sheepishly like do I take it, do I not, and then eventually goes in. Allows you to pet her or him.
Okay, well, with that done, I'll go join the others over at Martine's house.
So both of you're greeted with the same scent, and at this point there's like a myriad of different, like you can smell fruits and vegetables as she's chopping away different things. You can see she set aside some plates that have like a large pile of eggs and like a couple small pieces of bread with butter and a couple pieces of bacon. And as you come in, she's, yes, come in, and she kind of brushes aside like a little spot for you in the middle of the room, around like this smaller coffee table looking area, and gives you both a plate. My apologies, I was gonna come wake you up, but I hadn't gotten that far yet.
Oh, no, don't worry. This is perfect.
Yeah, indeed, no need to fuss over us. The meal is more than enough, and I give her a small nod of the head as I do, and go to sit down.
She nods
Sit
at
down,
you as well.
Diggin.
Is there anything I can get you all? Possibly a drink. I can get you some from the well. I can get you some more food, some more bread here.
The food is plenty enough already. I can grab my own water on our way out.
This is good. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm already good, thank you.
Great. And then she has like a big smile on her face and kind of nods and goes back to preparing what she was preparing before. You can see at this point, she's almost done. She's been just chopping up like various, like you see like apples, and like she had like a loaf of harder bread. She has, looks like she was making almost like sandwich type, wrapped up in like inside like a piece of cabbage or a piece of
I leave
lettuce
her
or something.
I leave her 5 of my 47 gold pieces because I'll only spend them on drink.
She just kind of like is aghast. Really, sir, you've already given me more than enough.
Oh, that was yesterday. That's okay. We might be back on the way through and need a place to sleep.
Well, I suppose I can use it. I'll give you some extra supplies.
Oh, that's okay. I think we're good.
I'll put it to good use.
There you go.
And you can see she like takes the coins and she goes and nestles them like in the corner of the room. There's like a little placemat. She kind of like stuffs them under the placemat.
There you go. Now, see, guys, now we know where she hides her treasure on the way back. Wahahaha. Hey, are we ready to go?
Yeah, I think I'm good. Quick question for you guys. Because the harpy can, like fly, right? Which one? How many of us can do stuff at range while the harpy is in the air? Is that going to be an issue?
Well, I have a few hand axes that I keep on my belt, but that's about it.
I could try to cast a spell, but I don't have that many spells.
I can cast spells at her while she's in the air.
Okay, I mean... Okay, I guess that's just good to know. I think we can
Can anybody use a bow?
manage, but...
Can anyone use a what?
Oh, bow and arrow?
I could, but I don't have one.
Mm-hmm. Maybe we'll ask around and see if there's one here we can buy or something. Excuse me, kind woman. Would you know anybody around here who might have a weapon, specifically a bow, that they would be willing to part with?
Well, yes, actually, well, there's two. I mean, possibly for one of you. I know Fosco was quite the hunter. He may have some supplies still. I knew he did favor the bow. He may have some supplies there. I'm sure he would let you use them, given the circumstance. Um, but then you can also go to uh, Mr. Beck, Ascot Beck.
Awesome. All right, guys, let's go visit Ben.
I'll have a look
You
through
can get your bow.
Fosco's house, looking through that bow. Looking
Yeah,
for a
let's
bow
go
while
check
you
that
go
first.
inquire with him.
Yeah, and you did see it before, like when you were investigating the house originally. You saw he has like a nice hunting knife, and he has like a nicer short bow. Looks to be like, I mean, everything is handmade, but like especially well done. It's like nice and perfectly smooth and well taken care of. It's just mechanically, it's just a normal short bow.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then-
I remember seeing that at the one of those at his place last night. I mean, it
I'll
wasn't
grab it
that
then before we
big,
head out.
There you go. Let's pick that up on the way for you. And
Yeah,
we'll
so,
have two of us fighting in the air.
yeah,
I-
just in case we can't down it that quickly.
and you see
Exactly.
that there's there is a small quiver that has about, hold on here, I'll roll, has 18 arrows left in it.
Oh, nice.
And again, I mean, he's been missing for a little bit, but it hasn't been like terribly long, so there's, besides maybe a minor layer of dust, they're all well taken care of. All the arrowheads are sharp. And generally, it just seems that most of his stuff is well taken care of, including this bow, especially.
Okay. Anyone else?
Perfect. Yeah.
Anything else before we head out?
Does the druid have the shillelagh spell memorized so he can have a magic weapon?
Do I have what?
Shillelagh?
No.
First level spell that basically makes you a magic weapon.
Thought it was from melee, but
It is, but
Yeah.
yeah, if it comes in close.
I
But it's
did
still
not
a
make
magic
that.
weapon. Oh. Alrighty, next time.
okay.
See you over there.
If that's it, I'd like to try to deal with this quickly. I don't like the idea of that thing being out there.
Well,
Yeah, I'm
I'm
ready
ready
to
to
go.
head out whenever. Now that I have the short bow.
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
All right. So, I just realized you guys weren't on the. Not that it matters that much, but just for flavor. Okay. So you set off down the path. And as you do, you see that most everybody in this village has awoken at this point, and um, everybody is like taking their livestock out, letting them graze, taking them for a walk. You see some people like stacking firewood, and you see like a few members go down the path that you came in when you first came to the village, and others going, more to the edges of the ravine, or just doing various things. There seems to be, like everybody has their purpose and is going and doing whatever it is that they do. So as you walk down this path, it goes probably, I don't know, 100 yards roughly, like straight, and then it starts to curve to the right, and it has a steady incline. It's not, huge at this point, but you can see that the path will start getting steeper and steeper, and making its way up into the mountains. Norwich is kind of at the base, nestled in a small ravine of sorts.
Okay. As we start heading up the path, I'm going to cast Mage Armor on myself and send Orbit up to kind of glance around once in a while.
Okay.
As we're going up, I'm also going to move to the front of the party, have sword out and ready, but also the short bow slung across my back to pull it out quickly.
Okay. Anybody else doing anything?
I'm just going to walk along, keeping an eye on the skies.
Okay.
I would keep an eye out on the ground. I want to try to track them, but I don't know if I'll be able to pick up anything because they're probably flying pretty much all the time.
Like feathers or something?
Oh, that's still fair.
Yeah, something.
So go ahead and make a perception check for Felix for your owl, and then Branagor, go ahead and make a survival check or a nature check, whichever one is better for you.
I did a guidance on our guy there.
So
Okay. Okay.
22 on the owl then.
So with that, you're kind of checking the ground, Branagor, and you can see various tracks of like small rodent-like creatures. Something that's possibly like more of a medium size, like a larger fox or a wolf of some sort. Just various creatures that may be living in the mountain. You don't pick up anything like highly unusual that you believe would be for this harpy, and you don't see any sort of like signs like large nest or anything like that. So
Any like bare footprints?
any bear?
Yeah, like bare feet. Somebody not wearing shoes because they're left in their sleep.
Oh, yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah. At this point, no. Nothing like that. Nothing like that from Branagor. So, Alex, Felix, what you do see through Orbit's eyes is as he's flying around, again, you see like various scuffling of wildlife and whatnot, and you do see like up where it stops being more of a path and it's more of just like a free form, like a mountain. You do see some sort of what looks to be like a fabric, some sort of like red linen. It's some sort of cloth. It's just kind of like caught on some foliage, like a gnarlier looking tree.
I bamf out of his sight. I do see something up there, a little bit of a cloth or something. Might be
Yeah.
the thing's nest. Might be some evidence of something going up there.
And it is a little bit, it's not like right within, like it's not like right nearby, it's more like up altitude and further in, so you'd have to kind of like climb up to get to it, which might take you, not like forever, but just like a little while. Like 20 minutes, half an hour, depending on how long or how steep and everything.
That might be the direction we want to go. Want to head in that direction? Check it out.
We have no better lead, so I believe we should.
Sounds good to me.
All right. So, you all, you approach, and as you're going down this path, it curves off and becomes less and less of a path as you go. It was just smoothed out because you assume maybe some of the villagers have used this to go up and out and scavenge for things, and some of it is just like the natural way that this small ravine was formed, and now you're at the point where you have to really climb over rocks, and it's more climbing effort than walking. So after a little ways, again, probably about 20 minutes or so of like climbing up and navigating and walking a little bit and then climbing up some more, you do finally make your way to again, it's a larger, kind of deadish looking tree, and it has one, like a U shape, kind of at the top, and you see like one shorter branch that's like sturdier and snapped off in a place, um, has like a really pointed, jagged edge where it's caught on to this fabric, and it's just hooked in there. It seems to be like um, some sort of like shirt material, you would assume. Um, just probably like maybe a 12-inch by 5-inch like ribbon almost that's just kind of like ripped or sheared off.
How high was this on the tree?
This was probably um, about eye level, so probably like 6 feet up or so.
Huh. What do you guys make of this? Wait. Think
I
it's
don't
from
know.
the
Probably
harpy taking something this direction?
could be, or it could be someone climbing a tree and getting their coat ripped.
Those are the
Yeah.
only two explanations that really come to mind for your cloth so high up.
Does it look tied to the tree? Like someone put it there intentionally?
No, it looks to be more like it was ripped. There's no sort of knot or anything like that.
I send Orbit back up and take another glance around. See if I can see any further, like, signs.
Okay. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Um,
Or
and
probably like thinking here, maybe more of like an investigation check at this point.
okay.
All right. So yeah, no problem. So as you look up this up at this tree and this ribbon, you're like, what's going on? You have Orbit fly up and take a small perimeter, and you see kind of right above this tree, there's like a larger rock jutting out, um, where it appears this person may have like jumped over and caught if they were climbing. And you see a couple of footprints like going up, and it seems to be going up, just like up in altitude. You see like a couple of scuffs here, and like displaced rocks, and things like that, broken tree limbs. And at this point, it's going up, because you've hit the point where the mountain is really starting to get steep.
And I think someone actually climbed it and took that ledge there.
Does it look climbable?
It looks, it certainly looks doable. It may be difficult without
Is there
some sort of
anything
roll
up
or.
There like any type of like looks like maybe caves or ledges or something there? Or...
From this perspective, you don't see anything like that. It's kind of like you're looking at the tree, and when you look up, you do see like a larger stone jutting out. And then because of his aerial view, like he confirms that you can see some scuff marks and things like that going up steeper, higher up the mountain.
Do you see any other route to get up there beyond climbing the tree?
do I?
So, taking a look around, um, just scouting around, you take a few more minutes, and you do see, like, if you curve around kind of counterclockwise, um, there is a small area where, again, you would have to climb up, but you wouldn't have to make any sort of, like, hop over. Um, it would be, it's just like a little less steep. It's a little more gradual that you could probably get up easier. And then circle back around to this area where the footprints are.
Looks like it's a little bit easier over there. No tree climbing necessary, at least.
I'm all for easy.
Yeah, let's sort of
Sunday morning.
that way around, come and circle back to this track.
Indeed.
All right. So as you follow these tracks, you can see the village of Norwich. Like, you can just barely see like the chimney stacks and stuff like that from this angle. You can see it just slowly descend farther and farther away as you're climbing up. And you follow these tracks for a good, I don't know, I'd say probably 45 minutes or so, while you're, like, it takes a few seconds because you're like, oh, where's the next one? Oh, there it is, and you're jumping around, and at the same time you also have to climb up this steeper area. And you get to a point where it's almost straight up vertical, and you see there's like this just rock face kind of wall. Has various spots where you may be able to like put your fingers in and try to grab up, but it would probably be more of a difficult climb. It would require like an athletics check.
Well, I can try and make the climb and pull the rest of you who can't make it up by rope.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Other than I'm not really the climbing type, so
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
All right, I'll attempt the climb then.
Okay, yeah, just go ahead and make an athletics check. Alright, yep, so no problem. So it takes you probably a good 10 minutes or so to climb up this. It's not terribly high, it's probably like 20 feet or so, maybe 25 feet. And it takes you a few minutes to kind of get a rhythm going. But once you get into it, you're like, okay, yep, and you slowly make your way up. As you crest over, you see you're on like a smaller step, where you have a little bit more breathing room. And there's a couple of like smaller trees, probably 10 feet back or so, and you see what looks to be like it keeps going up, but it looks like a smaller kind of made path that curves and winds further up.
Okay, well, tie off the rope I have on one of the trees, then throw it down to the others to climb it themselves if they want to, or I can help pull them up as they climb.
Okay.
Right, we'll climb.
Which is easy enough, yeah.
Ooh, up the rope we go.
So yeah, after a few minutes, everybody makes it up the rope, and you all notice the same thing. Just based on your really good investigation roll earlier, you can pick kind of right back up on these tracks, and you can see they there's now at this point you can see like two sets, and they've converged and they're going up this smaller path, and you see just a myriad of different like little foliage, bushes and some shrubbery, things like that. And then where this path is, it's very tight. The more slender of you may be able to fit shoulder to shoulder. Some of you might have to like kind of turn to the side a little bit. And it's just in between like these, in between the rocks. Like it's like almost like a crack that goes in it. You can see light on the other side, probably, 20 or 30 feet.
Awesome.
All right, I'll lead the way on through there then.
Okay. Yeah, as you come out on the other side, you're on, again, similar to before you went in the crack. It's kind of like a rocky step. And you can see down, like down, like just a deep dark ravine. You can see quite a few miles out. It's a pretty nice view, and you can see that it curves around a little bit, does somewhat of an S shape, so it kind of goes right, levels out a little bit, goes left, winds around, and you can see it from here. You see a larger cavern opening.
You think
That
that's
looks
it?
like might be it.
Very likely could be. So
All
we
right.
make our way over and investigate it.
Yeah, let's keep let's be a little wary heading over there. I don't want to find her and have her fly off before we can get a shot.
Keep an eye above us too.
As we get closer and closer, could I try to be stealthy?
Yeah, go ahead and make a stealth roll. All right.
I politely close my eyes and turn my back so I don't see him. Sure to grin at him as I turn around and do it.
So,
Sure.
as you approach, again, drawing closer in, you can see probably a good 15 or 20 feet into this cavern. But besides that, it's like very dark.
Right?
Does anyone want to light up a torch as we make our way in?
Hold 1 second. I have Orbit land on my shoulders, and I get into his sight for a second to see if I can just see anything with his dark vision, of some sort.
Okay.
120 feet dark vision, just to see if I can see the thing right away.
No, you don't like immediately see it. What you see is you see like a longer kind of stretching cavern system. Um, you see kind of like one straightaway, and then like an offshoot to the left of it where there's like a side opening up. It's a natural cavern. It doesn't appear to be like anything man-made or like crafted in here or sculpted. And it just seems to have like little stalactites kind of hanging down and drooping, and just seems to be like a dank cavern of some sort.
Okay, no sound yet. Yeah.
I just want light or
I cast light on Alan's sword.
Okay.
Pull up the front.
excellent. You're the target.
Okay, then if you're ready, then I'll lead us in.
Sounds good.
All right. Hold on just 1 second. All right. So as you light up the torch, correct?
I just cast
I cast
light cantrip.
All right, you're just casting light. Okay. So, as you cast light, you you can obviously you can see farther in, and now everybody at this point notices like there's like stalactites. It's very like moist in here, and it's very cool in this cavern system. As you walk forward, you do notice on the left hand side there is a like a larger kind of opening. I don't want to say a room, but like a cutaway.
Anything on the floor here to show that it's being used as a habitat
Any like feathers or anything?
or poop or
Yeah.
Or that?
So yeah, and you do now that you're kind of like, okay, I wonder if there's and you see like all over the place. There's just little feathers here and there, and you see just what looks to be like a pile of like rags or like refuse or something. You're not 100% sure from right here.
Is that like towards that wider opening?
Yes.
all right, I'll walk over.
Yeah, I'll slowly make my way over as well.
Yeah, same, but I'm kind of in the back of the group.
Okay. Yeah, so you see, trying to plop you guys down here. Hold on. I was kind of like trying to also make a map. One second, I just gotta transfer you over now.
Yep.
Alright, so you should see like blackness right now.
Mm-hmm.
Whole lot of black.
Okay, I'm opening it up. So Alan, you said, has light, and that's what?
Yes.
60 feet
60 foot.
total.
It is 20-foot radius of bright light and additional 20-foot of dim light.
All right. Do you guys see?
Yep.
Hopefully everybody can see
Nope.
that now.
Bottom left, guys.
From left side. Down.
Nope, I got nothing.
All black.
Yeah, same here.
Really? That's lame. All right.
Might be set. I know it can do individual.
All players see. I have it set so all players should be able to see light.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Nope, I can select my token.
Oops. All right. Anyway, okay, so you can see Alan, right?
Yeah, I can see.
All right, I'll just go ahead and give everybody a little so they can see. Again, I'll do it when I have more time. I'll make it.
Yeah.
Oh, I see that.
Oh, I'm seeing other people's lights pop up, like it's expanding.
Oh,
the
there
light.
we go.
Like if I
I
move
wonder if
away,
I
I'm pretty
had
sure
to.
I'll still see the lights.
I wonder if I just
Oh, I
had to
see.
click has sight instead of actually put in a value. So I would
You know
just
what?
say
We can.
Oh yeah.
you all have
Okay.
to be kind of grouped together though, just around Alan because that's where your light source
Everybody.
is.
Why don't we just cast light on everybody?
You can only have
I
one
get. I
source.
think one at a time.
You cast it on your helmet. I cast on your helmet.
One object. Spell ends if you cast it again or dismiss it as an action. Yeah, I get one.
Oh, all right. Then I'll cast it on someone else. Then I'll do it on my shield.
Okay. So it's set up. So we'll just say that as long as you're by one or the other, that you can, see. All right. So yeah, you go over to this this left area. I'll just drag so you can see. So it's kind of over here. And you just see like these piles of like tattered rags and refuse, and you see like various feathers on the floor.
But that's where dinner goes.
Looking around, digging around, you see like various leftover viscera, bones of just like small creatures, big creatures.
Any items of note? Maybe like something like a tool or a piece of clothing that's obviously from a person.
Yeah, go ahead and make an investigation check. Yeah, so no problem.
So, yeah, so if there's anything like obviously clothes, I'll take a few scraps of it and put it in my bag, try and kind of separate it from the rest of the stuff. See if anyone back at the village will be able to identify the clothing.
Yeah, so you see like a smaller, like brown tunic, like it's ripped to shreds. Also, with your investigation roll, you find about 10 coppers and a silver worth of just various, like you're digging through, and some of the pockets or some of the stuff just kind of falls out, like it's loose in there. You see most of the stuff is really ragged, but there is some various like human knickknacks that seem to have been taken.
Alright, then yeah, I'll just grab a few things of note that may be able to identify someone and just shuffle them
Alright.
into my pack.
All right.
Alright.
So besides that, yeah, that's really mostly what's in this room. Is just various. Some of it is what I've told you already. The just various like tattered rags, and there's also almost like hay and just branches and stuff. Like almost appears to be
Like-
somewhat of a nest almost.
Like bird bedding. Alrighty.
Can
Burning.
you drag me to the other side of the wall? I think I'm stuck.
Oh, does it actually not let you go through the walls?
Yeah, and I'm on the other side of it somehow.
Okay.
Oh,
okay, so
yeah.
it must have been right on the border. Okay, no problem.
You clip through the world.
Yeah, usually.
Yeah.
D&D somehow.
Usually
using
I
a
would do
blink
this
spell?
ahead of time. There you go, buddy.
Okay, thank you.
Well, it looks like we have a few identifying items in case any of these can be tied to one of the villagers who've gone missing. Either Mr. Caldwell or Hayville.
Yeah, at least some evidence of it. We can't find them themselves.
All right, so we're gonna go a little further in.
Yeah, if that's
Yeah,
it,
let's keep
I'll
moving.
make my way down to the center of this corridor pretty much and start leading the way in.
All right. And as you walk further down, you see, um, again, a lot of like these stalactites. It's very damp. You see, there's quite a few of these feathers. You see just a smattering of bone of all sorts of creatures.
All creatures great and small.
Get eaten
Is
by the damn
the
harpy.
is the ceiling high, or is it kind of how high is the ceiling of the cave?
It's a pretty, like, it varies slightly. Like when you first came in, it was larger and then it dipped down slightly. But overall, it's very high walled.
Okay.
Are the stalactites long enough that they're gonna impede, say, the harpy's ability to fly?
Maybe one or two of them, but as, like, overall, no.
It'll impede one or two harpies, but not the rest of them. Ready for fight. Ah. Alrighty.
Okay, well, at that I'm gonna just keep slowly making my way forward. I'm gonna stick to the long sword and shield for now, but short bow's still ready.
Okay. So as you creep forward, you can hear like various skittering sounds, like echoing throughout the cave. Doesn't appear to be coming directly in front of you. It's just kind of like echoing throughout. Sound travels. It's very quiet overall. Besides just like the various dripping and whatnot.
Felix, it looks like there's another opening here ahead. Do you want to pull up your owl again to see deeper into it than we can?
Yeah. I'll pop out orbit, I guess. Boom. Oh, and that's already set.
Yeah, I already said it. Yeah.
Oh, damn. So I guess I'm gonna pop into Orbit's vision, stand still for a second, and kind of scout a little bit up. So it looks like it splits a little bit, and there's a little dead end to the right side.
Anything
Okay.
of note down there, or is it truly just a dead end?
I take a glance over. Do I see anything like over here? No.
Yeah. Go ahead and make a perception check. But you see again. There's just like various little bones. You do see some like movement out of the corner of your eye, corner of Orbit's eye, I suppose.
Yeah.
With an 11, yeah. You just see like a couple of like smaller shapes like skittering around further on back, like the outskirts of your vision, like just down this other cavern that you can see.
It just looks like rats or something. No.
Right. Let's go walk in.
I'll take the lead just in case anything jumps out at us. I'll start moving down here towards this right thing.
Okay.
I'll see if there's any more identifying pieces of clothing and whatnot.
Okay. At this point, you see like various still like bones and whatnot. But as you're looking around, you see like various feathers, seem to be like some sort of droppings of some sort of creature. But overall, it's fairly quiet besides these skittering noises. You do see some more of that kind of like tattered like refuse or whatever it is. Like you see various piles of it strewn about. Not
I
quite
think
as
it's owl throw up.
yeah, not quite as large as the other one, but yeah, a pile nonetheless.
Okay. Well, if there's anything very identifying, such as a necklace or any other kind of jewelry, I'll grab that real quick, put that on my pack. But other than that, we ignore the mess for the most part.
Okay, go ahead and make an investigation check. So you don't see any like jewelry or anything like that, but it's easy enough to see. There seems to be a little bit more like human artifacts in this. Like you see various clothing. Most of it's like torn and tattered, but you see like um, a nicer like leather boot, and then you see like a hat and just like some various tattered rags, and most of them are just like they're shredded to what appears to be more of like a bedding material, but some of the items are slightly intact.
All right, I'll just grab the hat then. Just tie that to the outside of the pack real quick and get moving. Just
Okay.
move here to the top to ward off, see if there's anything coming from up here. Yeah. I didn't find anything, but if any of you would like to take a poke around, go ahead.
I think I'm good.
Let's keep moving and try to find the end game here.
All right. Well, if we're not going to do any more investigating, I'll lead the way up to this other passage then.
All right.
Seems we may be approaching another larger section again.
I'm just imagining the horse clip-clopping through the cave.
Well, he's not with us right now. He's
Yeah, I was gonna say I
back
don't
at
think
the
he
house.
climbed a mountain. Otherwise, that's a pretty fucking awesome horse.
Felix, anything of note that you can see through your owl?
I'll send out orbit and glance around. Looks like there's a pathway both north and or both straight ahead and to the left.
And as you come into this area, you see like this area is huge, like it's a large cavern.
Yeah. This one's much bigger.
Okay.
Go ahead and make a perception
What?
check.
Which is. Oh, question. If I'm looking through the owl's eyes, do I use my or the owl's perception?
Use yours, because you're the one looking.
You would use
Okay.
the owl's perception. That's
Oh, really?
I do it like use the owl's perception.
Okay. Oh, the owl has advantage on perception.
Correct.
Okay.
Even better.
Perception. Oh, there we
Good thing it has advantage.
All right.
Yeah.
So with the advantage, so you look around, you do see some small skittering things, and at that you see like towards the back of the cavern where you saw movement before, there's a like humanoid-sized figure like hunched over, and looks like it's doing some sort of like undulating motion, like bringing its hands up to its face, like it's eating or it's washing itself or whatever it is.
We got something.
All right.
Ready.
Any idea what it is?
Back wall. That's where I saw it, right? Like up here-ish?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, well, let's go get it. Maybe it's getting ready to eat someone.
Yeah, it's trying to do so. It's doing something.
All right.
How many do you see?
I just see the one, right?
Yeah, you just see like this one mowing down, and that was kind of your first focus, as you had already seen movement there. Um, and as you take a closer look, you see like what seems to be some sort of rodent-sized creature, and this definitely appears to be the same shape and build as the creature that you've seen last night. It's just mowing into this thing.
I'm
Just
gonna whisper. Sorry.
okay.
I just wanted to whisper. Are we going in right now?
Yeah, let's
Like,
go.
And
Okay,
as
I want
as
to.
you
No
say
time
that,
like the present.
as you're whispering, like this is a very, for the most part, quiet. Besides like the soft, like squelching, squishing noises that you can hear coming from the corner of this cavern, it's very silent. So as you're like, and you're whispering, even the whisper travels quite a bit, and you can see the head perks up slightly. Looks around, looks in your general direction. Doesn't seem to like notice you, but is like looking
Really,
at you.
with bright lights glowing? Awesome. It's blind. Cool. All right. So you guys want to take left and we'll take right?
I'd like
I
to
just see the.
cast. Sorry.
Go ahead.
I just want to cast jump on myself.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, if we're doing this, I'm gonna send Orbit. I'm going to cast Shocking Grasp and send Orbit flying at it.
Shocking grasp is a melee.
And
So
I can, and Orbit can use his reaction to transfer a melee spell.
really, okay.
Let me bring up the text of it.
Okay.
That's not the right spell.
Yeah.
Here's all I'll find from there. Um, the last paragraph.
Cast a spell with a range of touch. Your familiar can deliver the spell. Awesome.
Is
That
it?
is awesome.
I'm just making sure here for flavor. Is it within 100 feet of you?
Oh, how far back is the harpy from us?
Orbit is. That's about 100 feet from me.
Yeah, so it would be like perfect. It would be like just barely in your range.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna have Orbit fly his. He was in 6. Well, he can only get. I guess 60 feet.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say that whatever you guys want to do, like you guys have essentially surprised it, so you have like this round to do whatever, and then
Okay.
it's roll initiative.
All right. 5, 10, 15, 20,
What else
25,
would do?
30. I can't see it.
7, 8. Wait.
I'll have
how
to
many do
dash.
I get
35,
12.
40, 45, 50, 55, 60. There we go. I dashed to there. Is it actually on the map, or am I
Oh, I
just like
just
at a
realized
range?
I was on a different layer, so I plopped it down on the map. I'm like, why don't they see it? Well, it's because it's not even on the right layer. How's that?
There we go.
Yeah, I did the same.
then-
I did a dash.
I'm just using my movement because I'm using my action to cast jump on myself.
Okay.
Okay, so Orbit's up there. If I have Orbit dash as his action, can he dash to it, use his reaction to transfer the spell, and then use the rest of that movement to get away?
Sure. Yep. You can do that. Because
Okay, so that would
it
be
would have
my-
an action, a bonus action. Just in Find Familiar, what does it take for you to have him do stuff?
It's I use my action and he uses his reaction.
Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, I would say, because that's
Yeah,
that's
as
a
long as it's
lot of
within 100
movement
feet, it's
speed.
like a psychic transfer.
Yeah, you could do that. As long as it's within the 100 feet, I would say that the owl can have its action and dash. So move, dash, and then use its reaction to do the spell.
But it's probably going to get hit.
God damn it. Yeah, screw it, I'm doing it. So it'd be Shocking Grasp. Good roll for that.
Would swapping to my short bow be a free action, or would that count as a full action?
That's fine.
Okay, then yeah, I'm just gonna do that. Just put my longsword away quickly, like as I'm walking / dashing. Like holster my shield and pull out the bow in it, and ready the quiver.
All right, yes, and that hits. So as this thing is kind of like squelching and trying to eat this creature, it kind of like whips its head around its shoulder and like looks towards you, but it doesn't seem to see you immediately. As the owl kind of flies through and pierces like the bright light, like where the light spell is emanating, you can see the creature like and can tell that Orbit is coming towards it, as Orbit just like rushes forward, and through him you cast the spell. Electrical energy you see like surges through the harpy creature, and it just kind of like for a second, and the harpy
Hey, flying
immediately,
Pokemon are weak to electricity.
yeah, the harpy immediately like kind of draws back, and you see the wings unfurl, and it just screeches.
Okay, and then I
Yeah, it can't
What?
take a reaction because it's been hit with shocking grasp.
okay, and then use the rest of that movement to just get like here-ish, I guess.
Okay. All right. All right. So and that was everybody, right?
Yep.
Alan, the
Yeah.
range on a short bow is quite a bit. So if you didn't use both of your dash and whatnot, like if you just moved, you probably could have hit.
Yeah, I could have, but I didn't really think about it at the time. So
Okay, I'm just letting you know. Okay.
yeah, no, but I feel like should have thought about it beforehand.
So let's all roll initiative. And what we're going to do is, so to do this, click on the character token and then hit initiative.
And Orbit does get his own initiative.
Who's the fourth person with us?
Okay.
Someone doing two characters, or
Orbit gets his own. That's a mini one.
but there's 4, 5, 6 people that
Yeah.
hold initiative.
You, me.
Well, yeah, there's 4 of us.
Wait.
Brandagor is off to the side, like off in the darkness.
Fila.
Okay, because I only hear 2 other people's voices.
Yeah, there's
Oh.
four.
Oh, yeah.
4 characters. There's
Okay.
Orbit, which is the companion, and then there's the harpy.
All right. Alrighty. Well, I will go to Bash. 25. I fan her with my boyish good looks.
Yeah, so
You're hot. Cool down.
as you bring your warhammer down to strike, you can see this creature is definitely like very more like a feral creature. So like its reflexes are sharp. It kind of like goes out of the way and uses its wing to kind of like deflect your blow
Hey, nabbit.
as it
Next.
just
Oh,
screeches
wait
at
a minute. That's her. Uh-oh.
you. So as you do that, um, let's see here. What's she gonna do? Yeah, she's gonna go ahead. She'll take the attack. She'll fly up into the air about. Let's see what's her movement here. I think it's 40 feet. Yeah, so she can fly up into the air 40 feet. And you see this cavern is fairly large. So she flies probably a good 35 feet up, and she's like kind of hovering directly over Cleese. So if you want Cleese, you can make it an attack of opportunity.
Oh, goody.
So I'm just gonna put her next to Cleese so they're not sharing the same. Yep, that hits.
Awesome.
So she lets out like a as she flaps off, and you like catch her like right in the back, like more of the mid back, and you hear like kind of like a satisfying kind of crunch.
A trap.
And she is going to go ahead and she goes up as high as she can. She like looks over at you guys, and she just starts singing a very similar song to what you heard before. So this is long, but everybody who can hear it, who is also humanoid, I believe. Yep. Just make a DC 11 Wisdom check.
Save or check?
Save. It's a save.
Okay.
Nice. Not 20. Nice,
Oh,
just barely passed.
Barely. Not this time. Oh wait, did it say humanoid or?
Yeah, Orbit is immune.
Okay.
Okay. And that's its go. So Felix.
Okay. I can see it, right? Like, Cleese has his.
You can
You have light on your
Cleese-
shield, right?
Cleese, yeah. So it's just it's dimly lit, like straight above Cleese, like just barely, like you can just barely see the figure.
Okay. Okay. Would I take? Is it dark enough that I take disadvantage on the shot? Or
No, it's like within dim light. I'm just saying it's just like barely within.
okay,
Cleese.
I see the figure. It's just not. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to take out the diamond I recently bought and pull it out of my pocket, point it at the harpy, and cast a chromatic orb at it. And I'm going to
Okay.
say this one is lightning.
Okay, so for 10.
10, yeah.
So,
I'm gonna manage.
yeah, unfortunately, as you cast it, like you charge up this lightning bolt, and again, you see like now that this creature is aware, it's like a very like feral creature, and it's just like kind of senses it coming and kind of like dodges as you're casting it. The lightning bolt just shoots past and explodes on the rock wall behind, sending like various pieces of stalactite and whatever crashing and crumbling down. Cleese kind of has to like hold his shield up a little to smash them out of the way.
Oh, okay. That's all I got.
All right. And just make sure, I'm not sure what the range is. You said, 90 feet, it shows it. but you guys are pretty
90.
far
I
back.
think
so
I
just
actually might
be
have twice that. But yeah.
just something to be aware of.
Yeah.
Okay, and then it's Orbit's go, unless you are moving or
He's
doing
not
bonus.
doing anything.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good in Orbit's chilling there.
Not given a
Alan.
help action.
Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and fire with the short bow at it from this range, which
Okay.
should be plenty within range. Let me just double it. Yeah, that's fine.
Sweet.
All right, yeah, that's more than enough to hit it. So it sinks into the what the hell? Hold on. For some reason, it keeps doing this. It keeps like I go to click and it fucks it all up. Anyway, yeah, so it hits it and you see a bolt or an arrow, I should say, just pierce some of like the leather of like the bottom of the wing, and it kind of like goes straight through. It rips some of it, and it's like ah. There we go.
Okay, and after doing that, I'm going to move just slightly closer to support Cleese if I need to.
Okay. Branagor.
Okay, let me look at something. Okay, I want to move closer and try to get in range. I know it's up in the air, but
Yeah, it's about 35 feet up in the air, directly above Cleese.
okay. Would I be? Is it the hypotenuse here? Is it about 60 feet? I want to try to
I
get.
can check that for you actually,
20
because
squared.
I have a calculator
35
open for it.
squared. Yeah, shouldn't be. It should be 60 or less.
It's a 49.5 feet, so yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Didn't know the exact answer off the top of my head, but I knew it wasn't 60.
Yeah, I just pulled up the hypotenuse calculator on Google real quick, so just
Yeah.
for this.
Okay. Cool.
I'll just keep that
I
off to the side in case anyone needs it.
I want to use my action to cast Fairy Fire on the harpy.
Again,
It
it's a
should be
20
high
foot
enough to
cube.
where, yeah, it shouldn't affect any of us, hopefully. And it just has to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. So dexterity 8, so it does not make it.
Nice. Uh, I don't know. I start to feel not necessarily sick, but I start to feel just different, and I yell out to the group. She should be easier to attack, or something
Did
like that.
it
And
fly away, or did my didn't show the rolls or show the harpy in front of me either?
No, she's
20.
she's above you more than 20 feet, so you're fine. Like he's centering it on the harpy, so it's just her. So you see, like as it's almost like a cloud, like you just, and with like a flourish of your hand, the whole like top part of the cavern just illuminates like this, like glowing, flickering, like purple-esque color, and you see some of it like just coalesces, almost like it's sticking to the harpy. Just being like in the darkness, just like a beacon of purple light.
Does that give us advantage on attack rolls now?
Correct.
and that ends my turn. I'm just starting to feel sick.
Okay.
All right. Oh, I will hit her with a chill touch then.
Okay, so with advantage, yeah. Chill touch, it hits.
2 necrotic. Ooh-wee.
So
Next.
you can see just this creature's very agile, and although you are finding purchase, none of you seem to be like getting like
Half
fatal
decent shots.
blows into it. Yeah, it's just kind of like nicking, like and dodging it for the most part. You see, it's getting like torn up a little bit, and doesn't look terribly beat up at this point, but. And so this creature that's up in the air, after having that spell cast on it, Branagor, is just going to let out a screech and come over to you. Let's see here. You said it was 49 feet, so actually he, without using its full move, okay, so it's going to swoop down in front of Alan then. So it's going to swoop right down to you, Alan, and lunge at you with a screech.
Okay, and it makes both these attacks, right?
Yes.
It hits with neither.
Neither, okay. As it strikes against your armor, it's just kind of futile. Actually, just to double check, you do not have your shield on.
Oh, you're right. I don't have my shield out at the moment, so let me
So-
check what that changes it to.
It would be 16, so the claws would hit for 7.
Yes, they do hit.
But yeah, her club. I say it's a club, but she just has like a rock. It's like the base monster stat is club.
Big old thigh bone.
I would probably like roleplay this as like it's just claws. Like at this point, she doesn't have a club. It's just she's just using her claws.
Okay.
So she digs into you and lets out a screech. And I'll have anybody the way orbit is. No. Okay. So all of you can hear a slightly different but same kind of tone. You hear another of these like beautiful songs. I'm gonna have everybody go ahead and make another wisdom saving throw.
This is not coming from the harpy in front of us?
No.
And he thinks there's another harpy around.
So yeah, go ahead, Cleese, and make a wisdom saving throw.
Button. There it is. Yike.
Okay, so
Doo-doo-doo.
yeah, Ed, as you hear it, you just this feeling of like ecstasy, and like your purpose is to walk towards this sound. So I'd say you can definitely tell where it's coming from. Everybody else might have more of a difficult time pinpointing it, but it seems to be coming like further back. Let me see here, like
Bet it's over this way.
yeah, like this area, like from back here.
Alrighty.
And I'm just gonna roll initiative for this creature as well. So it's low. So you hear this song, and that's about it. Like it doesn't come flapping out or anything. You just hear the song.
Alrighty.
All right, and then it's Felix's go.
It's out of the fairy fire now, right?
It's one
Oh,
of those.
fairy
it's
fire
like
attaches
it's like
to
a
it.
one-time, like it's like a burst, and then once whatever has been hit, and then it's like concentration. It sticks.
Okay,
So
okay,
she's-
so I
she's
still have advantage
illuminated.
on it?
Yes, still have advantage.
Okay, I'm gonna, seeing how fun it was last time, I'm gonna send another chromatic orb, lightning, and try to hit that time. There we go.
Okay.
12 lightning damage.
Boom. Okay, so you see this thing, it kind of like writhes in pain, like flops on the ground a little bit and like picks itself back up and she's like,
And I'm gonna, I guess, stay where I am for now. And Orbit's chilling there as well.
alright. Alan.
Okay, I'm going to. It's like ground level pretty much right now, right?
Yeah, it swooped down like right in front of you.
Okay, then I'm allowed to pretty much just pull a hand axe off my belt and slash at it, right? Even though I have my short bow, I can just. Okay, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, I feel like if you're completely swapping out, I would say it would take probably like a bonus action. But if you're like just doing like a quick, unless you like dropped your bow, and then you would have to use like an action or something to pick it up. Like if you just drop the bow to the ground, you could take your shield and your hand axe. Or if you wanted to not drop your bow on the ground and just take like a hand axe out and like attack.
Yeah, I was thinking about dropping it just so I get the dueling bonus, but I just took that off of my roll real quick for this, and I'm gonna keep the short bow in hand.
Okay. Alright. So you sink in like deep, like right between like the breast, like right in the chest, like you get probably like a good 2 inches or so. You dig right in and you can see blood start to pool and start to pour up and over as this creature is just looking like feverishly between like you and Branagor and Felix, and it's just like looking around and making screeching noises.
Okay, and other than that, I'm just gonna move myself one space up to start trying to interpose myself, because I can see Cleese is like kind of out of it now, right?
Yeah, just make a quick perception check, just because like the harpy was in your face and you were like attacking, and
Right.
like everybody
Okay.
heard the song, but it's not like everybody was looking like directly at Cleese.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Cool.
Yeah, so you don't notice him being out of it. You just like the song was sung, and you're just, you know, taking on this harpy right now. That's the most
All
that
right,
you
then
can
I'll stay
gather at this
within that.
point.
And yeah, I think that's all I'm gonna do for right now. Then.
Okay. Branagor.
All right. I am gonna just scream out because I'm like feeling all fucked up. And I'll be like, "Don't be afraid." And then I'm just gonna fucking turn into a dire wolf, and I'm gonna just jump straight over here.
Okay.
And I'm gonna jump over there and just fucking whip around and try to bite at her neck, or just try to bite at her. Oh shit! I went
Yeah,
outside the
no.
world again.
Yeah, you did go outside. I'm gonna bring in a token for you. I have direwolf like the creature, and I'll just give you
Oh, okay.
access. Yeah. So a direwolf here is just so you know, it's a large creature.
Okay.
So you would still count as behind, but you could either be like this way if you see it, or the other way.
Okay. I can't see the token. I can just see my regular dude outside the world.
I'll just plop you behind so you can see.
Oh.
Like I said, eventually
Okay. Cool.
I'm going to give you copies of all these things, so like you can have them in your like shape change pool, but I haven't gotten to it yet.
Okay. And I'll just try to bite at her.
Okay.
I have advantage. Well, I guess it's fairy fire anyway, so I have.
Advantage.
So does a 19 hit?
Yes. Yeah, so you should have access to that now. I believe you should be able to click on that and use all of its abilities.
Oh yeah.
Just
Okay,
click on
I
the
can.
attack names and stuff there.
Okay.
Yeah, so it should be like one of its attacks that's bite. It should have it right on there. I just want to make sure you added the right thing. Yep, it's plus 5. Yep.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Okay. But yeah, either way, more than enough. When you hit it the first time, you got 19. It was actually a 21 plus 2 because you're flanking. So 6 damage.
Oh, that's true.
So as you go into this bestial kind of form, you're like, I don't understand what's happening, and you turn and just everybody else sees your skin just grow hair rapidly as you burst into this ferocious wolf creature, and you just lunge forward and just begin ripping this harpy apart as the harpy has a couple of quickly screamed out like screeches and things like that, and then they're just cut short as you're just mauling into this thing.
Nice.
Everybody
And,
else seeing that?
And that one is done.
Oh.
As she goes down, I'm just like ripping into her throat.
25.
If you hold on a second, it is this creature's go.
Oh, I thought it was dead.
Yeah, there's multiple. There's the other one.
Yeah, I was going towards the one that sang to me. Yeah.
Yeah. It is.
I didn't know she was on turn order before me.
Yep. She was kind of holding off and like started singing the song, and then
There's a
it's
line
alright,
came
we'll
to
say.
her. That's okay. She can come out first.
Yeah. So she's gonna come to you.
All right, let me move back here then. Move there and I move there and we meet in the middle.
Yeah. So like
Alright.
you're moving, and she like comes and meets you in the middle. And we'll say it just for this one, while you're enchanted, I'll say just the shield bonus you don't get, just because you're not like blocking with the shield. You know what I mean? Like you're actively trying to go towards her. If that makes sense.
Works for me.
So, oh wow. Okay, so max damage on one. So it hits you 1 for 13, and then 3 more because she hits with both. So
Okay.
as you
I go down.
as you come closer, she just like starts raking into you. And with that, she like lets out a screech and flies back. So what everybody else sees, because Cleese had the light spell on him, is you see him just kind of wandering off, like the direwolf just like ripped in. Then you see Cleese just get ripped open, and then the harpy just like flies back off into the blackness. At this point, none of you can see. Just like the only reason you even saw is because Cleese was emanating light. And you just see Cleese, who you casted light on yourself, right? So you
Shield,
see,
yeah.
yeah. So you see the light, like dim and then fade. So right now, I don't believe anybody can see. Oh, Alan has light, right? Okay.
Yeah, I have light.
Yeah, I have my light on him.
So besides like right where Alan is, it's just completely dark in this cavern. And just the way that we did that, Cleese, I'm not gonna have you roll death saving throw. Alright,
Alrighty.
Felix.
Until my turn.
Okay. Since me and Orbit are right next to each other, I'm gonna kind of run our turns together, I guess, if I can.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. 'Cause you both have, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna, like... Wait, does it take a action or something to me to go into his, like, sight or something?
As an action.
Okay, yeah,
see
as an
through his
action, I can go
eyes.
into his sight.
So
Okay,
as of
so-
right now, you have no idea where this thing is. You don't hear the song at this point.
I can just... Yeah. Fuck. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna move. Since I saw Ecclesia's light go out. I'm
Yeah,
gonna-
Didn't
and-
go
and it
out.
was
It's
easy
not a
because
concentration.
Because
Wait, is that light still up? It's
Yeah,
like,
it should be.
uh,
It's,
it's
it's
not-
not concentration.
it's not
It's just an hour
concentration.
duration.
All right,
Shield
yeah,
maybe face down.
I suppose. Yeah. Okay, so you still see him glowing, and he's just like face up, just like you can see like all bloodied, as blood is like starting to pool up in his armor.
Okay, I'm gonna. I'm gonna book it over to where Orbit is. Does it take an action to come out, or does it just take an action to go in?
I would say it takes all your effort to go in, and then like it's
You
just
used up for the
instant. You
round.
can just drop it.
Okay. So I'm gonna go into Orbit's eyes and kind of fly around to kind of get a sight of it. And then that
Okay.
was how much? That was like 1, 2, 3, 4. And then after I get sight of it, I mean, he still has his action. No, that'd be stupid. Guess I'm gonna fly kind of back here and have the Orbit's action kind of gesturing back towards the harpy. That makes sense.
Right. So, yeah, I suppose you can kind of like you have it like flying forward a little bit and then coming back and flying forward, like using its talons to kind of like tug on Alan's tunic and like flap towards that direction.
What's that, Timmy? Lassie's stuck in the well.
All right. So
Exactly.
Alan, you see
All right.
a giant wolf behind you that's just like it's still like ripping and feasting on this harpy creature.
Okay. And did I see that was Branagor? Did I notice when he was like calling out?
Yeah, he said like he felt weird, and you could see like from his skin, like he just like very rapidly like grew a bunch of hair, and his body just morphed into this giant wolf.
He was bitten by a werewolf. We'll have to kill him.
You could see like his joints like weirdly go like and like go out to be like more of a four-legged creature.
Okay. Is the harpy in the air right now, by the way?
You have no idea. You can't see him or her.
Oh, I can't see that far?
Nope.
Okay.
I don't know. Can you physically see its shape?
Its token? I can't see the token from this range, from Cleese's light.
I liked.
Oh, because of the dim.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It's kind of like behind the... Yeah, I suppose like you can just barely make it out.
Okay. And is it up in the air, or is it ground level right now?
It's like, it's not much in the air. It's only like 5 feet in the air. Like it's hovering.
Okay.
Now you just barely see, because it's on like the corner. It's kind of like you only see like half of its body kind of peeking out from the side, and you only know where to look because you can see like orbits like pulling you in that direction.
Okay. Well then, I'm going to. Actually, I'm going to take a shot at it. I'm gonna do my best to take a shot at it anyways. And do I like take disadvantage because of how like
Cover.
obscure it is, or is it just regular?
Even with no, that's fine because you just barely see it. But even with it would have cover at this point, but its armor class is very low. It's still more than enough to hit it. So you just like kind of barely you aim for a second and you exhale as you, and you just hear a as it kind of like darts a little bit more behind the corner. Like it's in the same square, but it's kind of like finagled itself closer to the wall.
Okay. And also going to use a bonus action to do second wind and try and get some health back.
Okay.
Let me see. 1d10.
Alright.
And then that's +2 from my fighter level. Okay, so that gets me all the way back to full.
And you see you see Cleese lying in front of you, and you still have your movement if you wish.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna move 1, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'm gonna interpose myself while, as I pass by, I'm pretty much gonna give Cleese a shove and yell at him to snap out of it.
Doesn't work.
He's like
He's
lying,
unconscious.
yeah, like bloodily on the ground.
Oh crap, I forgot that you went down, sorry. Well, then I'm just gonna interpose myself between him and the harpy.
Okay. So with that, it is Branagor's go.
Okay, I'm gonna 1, 2, 3. Can I kind of move through orbit? Since I'm.
It's a
Yeah,
It's probably like.
it's a
like,
small
it's a
creature.
small
It really only
bird.
takes up like a quarter of the square, and it's also like in the air, so it's no problem for you to just brush by.
Okay. Okay. As I'm running, I don't even think I could get to her. So I'm just gonna as I'm running, I'll use a bonus action to just shift back into myself, and I'll kneel down and try to bring Cleese back up. I'll cast a healing or cure wounds on him. Where is it?
Okay.
Okay, and
Sweet.
does it
Yeah.
does it bring him back up?
Yeah, he's not dead. Yeah, you can
Um,
see him come back into consciousness, and as you see some of his wounds start to close up, he like kind of grasps his chest and he's like,
I hate when that happens. Am I still charmed? Did the damage uncharm me?
she is not singing at this point, so when you come to, you're not still charmed.
Okay. Oh, that was
Yeah,
a
she
spot.
Yeah, she stopped singing like as soon as you went down, the song stopped, and then she like flew back into the darkness.
Okay, and I think I have just enough movement. I'm just gonna move a little bit closer.
Right. Just be aware that
And
I gave you all vision for this time, but the only reason you can see is because of Alan and Cleese's light.
okay,
Stay close.
Okay, this harpy flies back into the cavern, and you can hear almost like a chorus of. Hold on one second.
Oh man, there's more. Uh-oh.
Okay, so you see, or you hear, I should say, this song. You hear two more, like almost like a harmony, as you can hear like these two more voices show up. One of them, you're not going to make a save, because once you've resisted it, you can, like you just resist for 24 hours for that creature in particular. But I'm gonna have everybody make one more save. And at this point, you don't see them; they're just like the other harpy like flies way back.
Damn
And
it.
you hear this, this beautiful harmony.
Could have been an elf, been immune to charms.
Mm.
All right, so gonna have we're gonna start up at the top with Cleese.
I walk towards it. 20, 25.
So you hear this song, and so you walk towards it.
Yep.
Okay.
I move to the light, Caroline.
You can repeat your saving throw at the end of your turn,
Okay.
and then it's gonna be Felix.
Okay. Move. Like
Seems to be coming like farther down the cavern.
30. And repeat the saving throw. You said.
Yes. So you as well as so you're good. Like you walk forward and then you like snap out of it. You're like, oh. Also, just Cleese, make sure you repeat your saving throw as well. And then it's Orbit and Alan's go.
Is that the repeat at the end of my next turn, or was it after the last one?
At the end of the one you just took.
Oh, okay. I thought it was at the end of the next one he was talking.
Nope, it's this one.
There we go. That's a little better.
Okay.
And Felix being more of like a studious, and Cleese just being like more of an experienced person. As you kind of come to, you recollect, like you remember that like harpies are very, while they're like instinctual creatures, they're also like pack oriented, and they tend to they flee if they don't have the advantage. So
well, I don't have it.
they don't make like schemes, like traps. It's not like they're that intelligent, but they do. Essentially, the first sign that they're not gonna win, they're gonna retreat and survive.
They're dire squirrels. Get them.
Okay, and so that's my turn. Orbit's gonna fly up and kind of like set on my shoulder or something. Just move up a little bit, and that's it.
Okay. Alan.
Okay, I'm going to 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'm just going to move here to the front, and since they're not able to attack us at range, I'm actually going to swing the short bow up again, and I'm gonna instead pull out my long sword and shield since they have to come down to us anyways, and that'll be my action since I have to do all of that.
Okay. Fair enough. Branagor.
Okay, it's kind of, you know what, I've got jump, so I'm going to bonus action back into the dire wolf. And I have 50 feet. Yeah, 50 feet of movement. So I'm gonna run two steps here and then just jump over. Is this a wall? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And I cannot see. I don't know if my thing isn't updating, but I cannot see.
Yeah, I don't believe the direwolf has dark vision.
Says it does.
No,
Like,
it's
it
like
has
my
advantage.
token isn't updating the vision, but it will if I move Branagor. So I'll just move Branagor wherever I move the wolf.
Yeah, what I'm
Okay.
saying is the only reason Branagor is I have him emitting light right now is because it wasn't working
He's
properly.
within range.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to
Usually
just
you'll see like that.
Basically, need to stay within 40 feet of us to be able to see anything.
Yeah. 'Cause
okay. I'm gonna jump. Sorry.
Yeah, I was just saying, with the exception of Alan and Cleese, there are no light sources, and nobody has dark vision. So I just gave you
I'm
guys,
just
I
saying,
illuminated
like,
all of your tokens just because it wasn't working properly. There's an option that you can click that all players see the light. So
yeah, it wasn't the lighting that wasn't updating. It was the like the map itself. It was like buggy. It wasn't updating.
Oh.
Like,
Okay.
Oh, the line of sight.
yeah. So, but it fixed it if I move Branagor. So I'll just do that. But I just want to stay here and I want to hold my action to if Harpy comes down, I want to attack it.
Okay. So you can see where there was like two creatures making a harmony, you now can hear like three creatures making a harmony of like this beautiful song. There's no wisdom saves because everybody already made a save against this song already. But you can hear like some flapping and scuttling noises kind of coming from behind this wall. And that's their go, because it's 1, 2, 3 all in a row. Yeah, it's Cleese. Cleese, it's your go.
Oh, all right. 5, 10, 15, over 5. Deer. I can get her from there. I miss anyway.
Yeah, and you can see they're not up against the wall. They're like higher in the air. They're probably like 30 or so feet in the air. Like you can just barely see like the let's see, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so they're within your light range.
Yep.
Yeah, so you can just barely see some of their forms. They're for the most part kind of huddled together.
I missed anyway, I think, with the 7.
Yeah.
All right, next.
So question, when I got charmed and walked up, I'm guessing I dropped being in Orbit's, like, thing? Vision?
Being in the eyes, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
yeah,
looking through his senses?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was...
But you do see Cleese, and at this point, it's really hard to navigate. You're just, like, feeling along the wall. You can just barely kind of see what's going on. Let's see, Alan. No, Alan's in front of you, so it makes it a little bit easier. But you see, like, from Alan emanating light, and then you see Cleese kind of like whatever 50 or so feet. ahead of you. He's just like pointing to this general direction.
There it be.
Okay, I'm actually just gonna use my action and get back into looking through orbit and fly like up, kind of behind Cleese, and
Okay.
that's it.
And you see these creatures, they're like perched into the wall. There's like these like bedding nests that are inside the wall, like slight recesses in this cave wall that have been like slowly like dug out.
Wait.
That they're like.
Do I see that there are there any visible exits to this little thing? Like this is like a closed kind of perception.
Make a perception check, yeah.
Perception through his eyes. That'd be 12.
Okay. I don't know why it's not showing up on the roll 20, but all right. So 12.
What? It didn't. Oh. It's me telling that roll to the owl. That's weird.
Okay. But you said you got a 12?
It was 12, yeah.
So
12 and 10.
You don't personally don't see any exits or entrances. You just see these harpies kind of like perched up.
We got him in a corner. Push in. Does that show up? That shows up.
There you go.
Huh. That's weird. So it's the macro buttons that are doing that for some reason.
To alpha. I see. It's to me. Yeah. Okay. I'll change
Get it
the
on
code at
whisper.
Yep. I had it on whisper because all the creatures by default are set to whisper to me.
Oh, I see.
And I used an actual owl-like monster as a base.
Yep.
So okay, I'll change it later. I'll make a note.
Okay.
All right, Alan.
Okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 forward and just kind of brace myself for what's coming. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna ready an action. If one of them comes down and passes close enough to me, I'm gonna go ahead and make an attack with my longsword.
Okay. Branagor.
I will move. Let's see. I can do 50 feet. Okay, so that's half my movement. I'm gonna try to like hug this wall,
It hugs you back.
sort of, because yeah. Well, you know what? I'll just stay there and I'll do the same thing. Like you said, they're like 30 feet high.
Yeah, they're about 30 feet in the air.
Okay.
They're like perched kind of like in these recesses in the wall.
Okay, I'll do the same thing. If they come down, I'll be like right by Alan, so we can like maybe get them together. I'll ready an action to attack.
Okay. So these guys are all going to go in succession, so they're kind of waiting, and you hear the song immediately stop, and just this cacophony of screeches as they all leave the perches, and they all fly down to you. Two of them fly at you, Alan. One of them flies at you, Branagor. So Alan, you can take an attack at either one of these.
Okay, I'll make it at the one with the 3.13 initiative.
Okay. 11 hit. So yeah, you find purchase across the abdomen as you slice in, and this thing like writhes in pain and kind of flaps back a second, and then comes in to lay into you with its claws. Branagor, you can also take your action first as you are readying yours.
Okay, I want to attack. I don't know which one it is, but that one, because I want to get the advantage. Because Alan's right by.
Pack tactics
Yeah.
from being a wolf. Yep. All right, 16. That's wow, nice.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Okay.
That was
So and it's gonna make a save.
2d6 plus 3. That's solid.
Yeah, I like Direwolf.
What is it? It's strength. Yeah, and it fails, so it is knocked prone as
Oh,
you pounce
nice.
this thing.
Jeez, that's good.
So that happened first, so it is prone, which I believe. Let me check. I think prone gives disadvantage on melee attacks.
Gives us advantage, but I don't think he gives it disadvantage.
It gives you prone. Creature has disadvantage on attack rolls. Yep.
Oh, that's right. Prone, not just frozen. Sweet.
So
That's good. Hold down others.
yeah, so as you're trying to wrestle on top of it, it still was. It was like going at Alan, so it rakes at Alan. So this one has disadvantage. So a 16 and a 13. So you have your shield up
Neither
now,
hit.
so it just like futilely is like raking against your armor, but can't really find purchase with this large wolf ripping into it. The next harpy, which because there was 2 of them attacking you, is going to attack you in 18 and an 11. So 18 would hit for 5.
Okay.
And this other harpy from above you, Branagor, is going to rip into you as well.
Can I use a bonus action when it's not my turn?
Unfortunately, no. But your turn, it's coming right up. Like as soon as
I was going to try to shield that for him, but
That's
Oh.
yeah.
Shield, I thought was a
Shield's a
reaction.
reaction.
it's a shield. No, shield.
I
of
think
faith is a
Oh,
bonus.
Shield of
Shield
Faith.
of
Okay,
Faith,
yeah.
Unfortunately. Alright, so a 17 and a 20, which I believe both hit the wolf form. I don't think the AC
Yeah.
is much. So you take 9 damage
Okay.
in your wolf form. And then it is Cleese's go.
Alrighty. Well, I will do the shield of faith on me then. Bonus. Which one does he have prone?
The
This
corner
one
one.
here?
Yes.
That one?
Yep.
Alright. Then I bash it. Advantage, and that sucks. And I'll use my War Cleric Wisdom to attack again.
Okay. So
That
with the
one will hit.
advantage, that's 20. Great.
Woohoo, 1 whole point. Alrighty.
So yeah, it's just generally it's
What?
difficult to attack the creature, even though yes, it's on the ground. Like this wolf is just like trying to mow into it and like grapple it down, so it's kind of hard for you to get purchase into the harpy itself.
Your damage roll on the 2-handed warhammer isn't right.
Oh, it's a one-handed.
Wait.
I have a
Yeah,
shield.
It's one-handed. It's a versatile weapon.
Okay. Wait. So did you do the 5 damage or the?
Yeah, it would be the 5 damage then, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Because I
the
have
way
the-
that it's separated out. That's weird.
It's separated, but yeah, the
Yeah, 'cause
one
it's
it would be
attack
1d10
1 and
plus
attack
your
that.
strength too.
Yeah, it should.
Yeah.
be.
My longsword wasn't set up correctly at first, so I had to change that around. I actually turned off the damage too, since I never use it two-handed.
Yeah.
The Warhammer's D8 plus
That's
strength because
weird.
it's one-handed.
Okay, so we'll say it's the 5. The 5 is good. Because I didn't.
Because I think
realize
what's
that's
happening
off.
is it's rolling both, and the damage is different on both.
Yeah, it's rolling. If you go into your settings for that weapon, there's damage and then damage 2, which will be your versatile damage,
Okay.
and that pops up in the second box. And it's probably not set up right, so you might want to go mess with that.
I just turn off damage too if you're not ever going to use it two-handed.
Yeah,
Yep,
that's why I
there we
did.
go. Unclicked. Perfect. Thanks, guys.
No problem.
I have a question, real fast, just so I know. On when it attacked me, it had a 18 and a 23. I know those are for a regular attack, or if you had advantage or disadvantage or whatever. I only took the 5 damage from that one attack though. What's the +4 mean?
Oh, if it was a crit.
Yeah, if it
Okay.
was
So
crit.
if he had an advantage and got the crit, that would be the additional damage.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, good questions. No question's a stupid question.
I go out
Alrighty.
drinking with the guys tonight, honey.
All right, Felix, here you go.
Okay, so I'm in orbit. I'm going to cast Shocking Grasp and do a flyby of that one.
A flyby of which
So-
one now?
The one in the corner.
The one that's prone that you'd have advantage
The one
on?
that's prone.
Yeah, the
okay.
one that's prone that I would have advantage on. I imagine since I'm a tiny owl, I have enough room to kind of snake through.
Yeah, no problem.
Everybody?
You weasel through the crowd.
Shocking Grasp. 12 to hit.
12 just barely hit.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna fly back out. I got plenty of.
And you can see this thing is like huffing
Yeah,
and puffing,
plenty-
like
yeah,
out of
yeah.
breath. And it's just like looking around feverishly and like, just like trying to push this wolf off. And then it is Alan's go.
Okay, well, I am going to go ahead and just immediately make an attack on the one in the corner there, the 3 initiative one.
Okay. All right, advantage. Yeah, so you essentially you just finish this thing off. You skewer it right through the chest as it just like and it goes limp while like trying to clutch your blade and just.
Okay, then I'll make I won't move, and I'll use my second action to make another attack on the one down and to the left of me.
Second action, using an
Yeah,
action
second action?
surge.
Do I have to do that? I
I
can't use the lack of movement action, because if I don't move, I get
Nope.
2 actions, right?
No, unfortunately.
Oh, I don't get 2 actions at all, or I can't use that second
Oh.
action for an attack.
Can't use all you can do is move with movement.
Yeah, you have a movement,
Okay.
an action, and a bonus action. So, but
Could have
warriors
sworn
or
it says
fighters.
something about that, but never mind that then.
Nope.
What about
I
different?
will use my action surge then in that case, and we'll make another attack.
Okay. So you move up in either one of these, or
Yeah, I wasn't going to move. I was just going to hold this position so that if
okay.
it moves forward, Cleese can still get attacks in.
So this one.
Yep, that
This
one right
in
there.
melee?
Don't worry
Okay.
about me. I got ranged if we need to.
Okay. Branagor.
Okay. How high is this one flying? It's still. Is it 30 feet still? Or
No,
oh wait, they've
it's-
swooped down, right?
Yeah, it's swooped down. It's like directly above you. It's like flying just
Okay.
like 5 feet, but above you.
Okay, I'll just do like a little roll. I'll like roll underneath her over here, and I'm just gonna lash out at the same one that I saw Alan attack.
Okay. Yeah, I would consider this flanking, so you +2. Okay. So it's 9 damage. You definitely hit. She makes, let's see. Strength save? No, does not make it. Falls
Sweet.
prone as well.
I'm just gonna start harrying her then, and just trying to hold her down.
Alright, so she's prone. So she's going to use half of her movement to get up. mean, both of these harpies are going at the same time, which is fine. So this is what I'll say is this one is going to go around back here.
Does it have to do a strength check to get up if he's holding her prone?
No, it's not a grapple. It's just prone.
Okay.
So this harpy comes over here, is going to make multi-attack, +2 to hit on you. So a 10 and a 22. I don't know. If 10...
Only one hits. I have 14. Yeah, I have 14 armor.
So
Okay.
4. So you take 4, and then this harpy is going to use half of its movement to get back up, and it kind of like screeches at you, and also attacks you.
Ooh.
So
Okay.
Both,
Ow.
yeah, both hit. So that's going to be 12.
Okay.
And then this, let's see, 23. Yeah, so it's going to take the attack of opportunity. This thing is going to fly like 1, 2, half of its movement. So
Is it the one in the back?
yeah, it
Oh,
flies
that guy.
behind like this, and then it's 5 feet in the air from where it is now. And Alan, you get an attack of opportunity if you wish.
Yeah, I'll take
Think
that
he wishes.
with my longsword.
Which
There we
hits.
go.
Yeah, you take a nice big carve out of it as it squawks and flies back. And then Cleese.
5, 10, 15, 20. I will bash.
So 14, yeah, 14 hits.
Good. And I will spend another wisdom point and bash again.
13 also hits.
Ooh, there we go. That does it for me.
All right. Felix.
Okay. Oh yeah, I got plenty. So I'm gonna sweep into. Yeah, I guess I'll hit. Sweep in, hit this one. Shock and grasp again, and try to fly out.
Okay.
It's just a 13. I don't think I have advantage.
Oh, too bad it
13,
wasn't from
13 does hit. Yep, so it can't take its reaction against you.
Okay.
4 points.
And,
Ooh.
oh, it doesn't. Owls have a thing where they don't take reaction
Oh,
hits
you're right.
anyway.
You're right. Yep.
Oh, they have flyby?
Yeah,
Dude, that's sweet.
it's real good for a familiar for doing stuff like this.
All right, Alan.
Okay, well, I'll squeeze in here between the wall and the direwolf, so 5, 10, 15, and I'll make an attack with my longsword.
All right, what you hit?
Who's the green circle guy?
All right, Branagor.
Okay, can I fit like here? If I want to do another like roll underneath them?
Like you're surrounded. I would say you'd have to do like an like an athletics or acrobatics opposed against both of the harpies.
Do you still have jump up?
Yeah.
Could you use
Jump over
that
So what
somehow?
does it do? Is it doubles your jump?
Triples.
Triples
Triples
your
the jump.
Yeah. So I can jump like 18 feet. But well, if I get a little running start, which I really don't have here.
So what
Yeah,
I
but I
would
think
say,
that wolf can jump a lot higher than
as
normal.
as you can jump, like the way
Save it?
that you would jump.
Vertical.
Actually, let me see here. I think you'd be hard pressed to even fit in that space because you're a large creature.
Okay. I was just trying to like flank him a bit, but I've already got advantage, so I'll bite the one that Alan's attacking.
Okay. Yeah, you have advantage because you're pack stuff. Yep. Okay. 10. That's exactly how much this thing has. So as you pounce it to the
Oh,
ground,
sweet.
you just start mauling into it.
Sweet.
I'm just growling.
Okay. So this thing is just going to, suppose, it's just gonna dig into Cleese.
Go ahead. Make my day. Psych.
Yeah, it doesn't hit. So it's going to like fly up and into one of these like cubby holes.
All right. I will hit it.
Okay.
Can I get reaction as well?
Yes.
I think that might.
Strength save? No. Wow, these are like the worst strength rolls. Yeah. Okay. So you knock it prone to the ground, and it is like bleeding profusely, not looking very good. And then it's your go, Cleese.
And to smash its head. Oh, okay. Trying to spend my last wisdom point to smash its head. There we go.
You had
No,
advantage, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it
prone.
was prone.
Oh.
You had advantage. So.
Oh, well, there we go. Well, then I hit it
That's
twice
good
if I needed it.
All right. And that does the job. That finishes it.
Ah, these were fun.
All right. And with sickening, possibly satisfying for you, Cleese, crunch, you see its skull just like.
I hacked their
just
heads off and put it in a sack.
as it spews brain matter. I mean, you have a warhammer, so it's kind of hard. Like you just like
I use a knife to hack its head off.
make the neck paste. But no, you like crush in one of its skulls with a sickening pop, and that's where we're gonna end combat. I'm also going to take a quick break here. Take like a 15.
I was going to say, good time for bio.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Nice
Awesome.
fight, everyone.
Back in a bit.
Oh, wait. Okay.
It's okay, they're not.
Yep.
I'm back.
Yep.
All right. Are we all? We're all here.
So,
I'm
I
back.
think so.
Is radio
I'm
back?
here. I'm
Okay.
here.
Yep. That's everybody.
All right. Well, okay then. Hold on just a second. All right. So, as the warhammer comes down with a sickening squelch, um, you are left in relative silence in this cavern.
And as I pop back from Orbit's senses, I realize I'm in pitch darkness.
Yes.
As I've been standing, just leaning against the wall for the last 30 seconds of combat. And I cast light on Orbit as he flies back to me to light my way.
So that
Okay,
means my
so
light
Alan-
disappears, right?
Yeah, so
Yep,
Alan's
that's
light
right.
goes out, but Cleese still has enough to illuminate.
I kind of back up a few steps, and then I shift back into Brandygore, and I just right all over the ground.
Yeah, so
it's okay,
That-
boy.
that thing. That happened.
So that's something.
Yeah, that happens.
Seems like a new thing. Kind of.
Um,
Don't worry, boy, you'll get used to it.
is that like a normal thing that people do?
Yeah, sometimes.
No, it wasn't. It was because I don't know. I just changed. It's not that I haven't killed anything before, but I've never done that before.
Yeah, that's a first for me. I mean, it's also kind of weird being an owl for a bit, but yeah.
Well, the ability was greatly appreciated in that fight. So good on you.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I bring out my little notebook and start jotting down stuff. Just notes on the fight. How magic worked out with the bird thing.
Is
Okay.
anyone else particularly injured from this fight? Could use a small bit of healing. If no
Well, I
one
think
else
we
is
could
severely
do-
injured.
I think we should just do a short rest for now and save our spells for on the way back in case we need them.
I agree then.
Okay.
Alright,
You can
should work fine.
do a hit dice roll and a short hour rest.
So you guys are level 2, right? I believe.
Mm.
So you have two hit die.
Okay, if we're taking a short race, I'm gonna pop Arcane Recovery to get a spell slot back.
Okay. So where are you taking your short rest? Just like where you dispatched all these harpies?
Or up around the corner near the front of the cave.
I imagine we're not chilling out with the corpses.
And just
It's like
around the corner a little bit.
Okay.
Is there any exit over here? Or?
As far as you can tell, you just see these recesses in the wall, these just holes. You can't really see very well. You just see
Okay.
the holes where the harpies were perched when you came around the corner.
Oh, did we get proof that we killed the harpies?
Yeah, hack their heads off and put them in a sack.
Oh, cool. That'll work.
So yeah, so you hacked all their heads off. You put them in a sack.
Yep.
I'd like to light a torch or something and just walk around looking for chiefly Edgar and Fosco, the halfling,
Okay.
but also trying to keep an eye out for anything that they might have had stashed, like, good stuff.
Okay. So go ahead and make
Oh.
an investigation check. Does anybody else want to investigate with
Yeah,
me?
while that's happening, I'm
Uh,
just gonna be
Is this
poking my head
during the
around.
short rest or
Yeah,
after?
it would be either before or after the short rest.
I'm gonna just pop into orbit and kind of fly around the rest of the cave. Just,
Good enough.
I guess, within like the 100-foot radius I got.
Yeah.
So investigation.
Yeah.
Wait,
Anybody?
that'd be the bird's investigation.
Yeah, I'm investigating around where we finished killing them off, seeing if there's anything of note on the ground, perhaps underneath the bodies
Doesn't
or
have
anything.
so it'd be in.
I
Bird
did
doesn't see it.
guidance
Oh,
on the one
wait.
that's looking by themselves.
Okay, sure. 'Cause that. Whatever.
Okay. So you did make a roll, Branagor. Okay, so 17 plus Ed's 4. Cool. So yeah, Branagor, at first you're like, I'm going to investigate, and then the first thing you see is that the vast bulk of whatever they've collected is like right pretty much there behind you, like just barely in the shadows along the wall. You see most of like just like a larger pile of what you've already seen, like this refuse, but you see a lot of off to the side like shinier items, and as you come closer you see like there's like a small pile of like little coins and like necklaces and just like baubles. Some of them are just useless. They're like a broken like glass vial or something that's somewhat shiny. But overall, you do see like quite a bit of shinier objects. You see some um, like rusted swords, things like that. Not
These
like a
like
big,
the
not like an
precious.
armory or anything, but once you have the torch out and you're looking, you can kind of tell by the glint. You're like, oh, behind this refuse pile, they have a little stash back here. And you also see littered on the ground like quite a few different bones. You see a bunch of like larger humanoid-looking bones.
Does do they look fresh? Well, I guess they're bones, so I guess not. That's stupid.
Yeah. So you see a couple, like some of the bones seem like they've been there a while. They're completely clean, and there's some that have like a little bit of like viscera still on them. They look to be at least fresher. It's pretty smelly, but they seem like one of the sets of bones seems to be pretty fresh.
I think we found what's their names.
Well, hopefully
Okay.
not, but you should check out the rest of the cave once we gather all that stuff.
Okay. So as you're digging through like the shinier trinkets and baubles, you hear kind of like from almost under their refuse pile. Like this is probably like a good 10-foot tall stack of like all these like rags and just like nasty shredded things. You can just hear like a muffled like
Good thing you decided to check.
I just start trying to dig and find whoever's doing that and try to get them out of there.
Run forward to assist with that where I can.
You see a hand just kind of like come out of the pile. Go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw, Branagor. Yeah, no problem. So you see like kind of like this rusty shiv looking knife just like punch out of the pile and like attempt to swipe at you, but you easily just kind of like get out of the way.
I call the name of the missing people.
Okay. And as you do, it kind of stops and like relaxes a little bit and just like attempts to dig itself out of the pile.
lend them a hand, whoever it is, in getting out.
Okay, so you're like, 1, 2, and you can see like the whole side of this refuse pile just kind of like slumps, almost like landslide, like off to the side, and some of you are like just slapped with like these moist, just damp. Some of them bloody. Some of them have like whatever harpy guano or whatever you'd call it on it. Just like filthy, disgusting rags. And out comes this just emaciated looking halfling. Has like just a scruffy black beard. Has just a very like skin taut to the skull face, and his skin is kind of like leathery and cracked. And you can see he's just like, oh, and he scans the room like he's like jittery, and he looks over and sees like all the corpses without heads that you've just dismantled of these harpies, and you see him relax, and he just like sits down and lays back down like against the pile of rags and just like
Are you Fosco Hayville, sir?
yeah, and he clears his throat a little bit. Yeah, Fosco's my name. Did you all come here for me?
Yes, you and Edgar. There were reports of you being missing in the city to the north.
Yeah. Oh, thank God someone sent word. I don't know how much longer I could have made it. And at that, he kind of like doubles over a little bit and like coughs out.
Oh.
We'll offer him
Any
a
of you
bit of
have-
water.
I'll do a little bit of medicine.
As you say that, like he's asking like water, and you offer it, and he just like takes it and he downs like the whole thing, the whole water flask. He just like, some of it's like pouring out of the sides of his face, and he's just like, whatever he can get into him, he's pouring it in.
Don't make yourself puke. Not too fast.
Yeah, so you do a medicine check, and you can see, Cleese, that he's looking pretty beat up. You can see he has like a bunch of scratches on him that are just like festering and just not taken care of. And then you can see also like he's telling by like his pupils and
I'll blow the cure wounds on him.
yeah, you can see it's more of a, but just before you, well, yeah, you can use that on some of his like festering.
It'll close
slices.
up some of the festers and stuff.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
But you can see a lot of it is just because he hasn't been taken care of, and it just exposure and not having enough to drink or anything to eat or whatever, that he's just like, he just needs to go take care of himself up and above the, like, yes, you see some of these festering things. So as you do that, your hand kind of glows, and you touch him, and you see as some of them start to close up and look a little bit better. You can see like one in particular that's kind of infected looking, and the infection, it doesn't go away, but it just kind of like ebbs like a few inches. Instead of like a puffy purplish color, it kind of goes down to a duller purple reddish.
Pretty.
Well, thank you. And you can hear at this point like his voice is starting to come back into it. He was just like ragged, like he's essentially like a human raisin. So, any luck finding Edgar?
No, I was hoping to ask you if you'd seen him.
To be honest with you, I just narrowly escaped. I didn't have anywhere to go, so I came back here while they were out, and I hid under the pile, and I haven't been able to escape. There's always at least one of them in here.
It's understandable. Don't worry. We still haven't searched out quite the whole cave, I don't believe. There might be
Go
another.
back and Let's go back and look at the thing she was eating when we came in. Ask him if that was him.
Yeah. If you could go do that real quick, I'll stay with him.
Just be aware though that Alan does not have a light spell
Oof.
on him.
Orbit is illuminating that area.
And Brandagor has a torch at the moment, right?
Yeah, I popped one out.
I'm just letting you know, like, in case everybody walked away.
Right, okay.
Well, I don't know what I can say, but just thank you. I can't thank you enough. And he kind of like goes over to you and like just puts his hand on you and just looks truly grateful. And as he does, he sees the short bow and is that?
Indeed it is.
Where did you?
Apologies if you're offended, but we were staying in your home as we made camp last night in the village, and we took the bow because none of us, well, at least I did not have a ranged weapon and fighting harpies and all. We hoped to get every advantage we could in case they were flying.
And as you hand it over, you can see he kind of like half like rips it from your grip, and like he's about to get like mad, and then his face just softens and he nods. Yeah. Okay. No, I understand.
Well, speaking of your bow, and I reach into my pack and I pull out his boots and his coat, and I hand it over to him.
You, and he like puts them on. And he slips them in. You can see like, oh, now that's it. He like rubs his like sore, like reddened ankles, and puts these boots on. He puts a coat on, and you can see he just kind of like starts rubbing himself on the chest to like warm up, and feels like it's been ages. Thank you. Thank you both.
Here's your quiver as well.
He takes it and he puts it on, and at this you can tell he looks more the part of a hunter now that he has at least some of his gear on. Even in his current state, you can see that he looks to be more of a survivor type. He begins scanning the room a little bit. Now, are you sure you got them all?
As far as we know, we haven't heard anything else since, and there's not too much left of this cave, so we believe that it's it.
He nods slowly, and then we'll pan over. So you guys go and you take a few minutes. You go to the other side of the room and you're looking around, and you can just see the corpse of what looks to be like a larger rodent, like a rat. It's about like decent size, is probably like 7 or so inches long. That's a pretty fat rat, and you can just see that it's been ripped into. Like there's 3 or 4 good bites, and like most of the good bits are kind of strewn about as the harpy's meal was interrupted. You don't see anything else in that corner. You do see like just a small pile of some more of this refuse.
Okay, and you're talking this section where I and Brandagor.
No.
Oh no, you're talking up there. I see
I'm
now.
talking to them. Like we're panning over. They go over and they're looking around.
Oh, those two. Right. Okay.
Yeah. Like if you choose to poke at any of the stuff in the corner, you can like see some like smaller like baby rats kind of like and scatter out.
No, it wasn't. I just shout across. Well, yeah, I come back over and shout across the room. Yeah, it wasn't that. It was just eating like a big rat thing. Someone want to come explore the last little section of cave? Make sure it's not over there.
Sure. I'd like to cast detect magic with my furball magic racial thingy, and
Ooh,
I just
good
want to
call.
I want to inspect the pile of crap and see if there's something that's like not crap in there, and then just go with Felix.
Okay. Yeah, you don't as you go through, you don't detect anything of a magical nature. But as you're kind of, are you just like waving your hand over the pile, or are you kind of like digging through as you go, like detecting?
Uh, it's according to the spell, I should just be able to like sense it unless it's blocked by certain materials like lead or 3 feet of stone or something like that.
Oh, right, right, right.
Like it just
Yeah,
shines or something.
yeah. You don't sense anything magical when you do like your when you activate it.
Okay. Uh, I'll go with Felix. With him where he's going.
Yeah, I'm taking orbit. Wait, someone needs. Uh, give Alan your torch so I can keep orbit with us.
Oh, okay. I'll give
I can
Alan.
light my own up. It's fine.
Oh, okay.
I'll light one up.
Or me the way.
So as you
Okay.
hand him the torch, and at this point, like he stands back up and like he's Fosco. He's just like rubbing his legs and like cracking his back and just just limbering up pretty much. Taking a few minutes to just stretch it out. He starts running his fingers through just his at this point like gnarled and just gross, nasty beard. You can see like bits of all sorts of crap in there.
This is a dead end. We took a wrong turn.
Are you So you're following them?
Yep.
Alan?
Yeah, I was gonna lead Fosco around to come with us just so we're all together.
Okay. You can see he looks over and he hold on 1 second, and he goes
Wait.
into the coin pile, and he just like fills his pockets with just various like coppers and silvers. And it's like those fucking bitches.
Yeah, did we grab all? Can we grab all that stuff
I'll
before we
help.
head out?
I'll help Fosco sweep up what's left, and
Yeah,
we can count up what I take. I guess once we're out of here.
as you do, like no problem. Like as soon as you come in, he kind of like gets out of the way and it's like, no, it's yours. All he does is he just takes like 3 handfuls or so and just like stuffs his pockets full, and he's like, he takes a step back, like,
Yeah, consider it rent for the bow.
Uh,
so you see a decent pile of these coins. It's probably like, I don't know, 2 feet. No, yeah, about 2 feet tall and like probably a few feet diameter. It's like a pile, and you see some of it is, um, coin. Like the vast majority of it is like copper. You see like a smattering of gold pieces, some silver pieces, and then you just see like various bits like a gold ring here and there, or like a necklace that's been like kind of ripped. Some of it isn't like actually valuable. It's just like broken shiny objects or baubles.
okay.
But from that you get, hold on here, wrote it down. So from the pile, he took a few handfuls, so I'll take some of this off. So you find 6 gold pieces, 235 silver pieces, and 610 copper. No, because he took quite a few handfuls. Probably like 590 copper pieces.
Okay, I'm just gonna yell out to him because it's a cave and it'll echo around. That I've gathered up all the loot we can. I've counted it up. We can divide. Well, I haven't. I've set off to the side, and we can divide it up once we're back to town.
Yeah, you also see. I'll just tell you because you're like kind of scooping it, unless you're taking the time to like intimately count each thing. You just see while you're packing it away, like some gemstones. They're not like diamonds or anything. They don't appear to be super valuable, but just like, lower value gemstones. You find like probably 2 handfuls of those. And then also like here and there, like I said, you probably find like half a dozen like wedding rings and some like necklaces and things like that. If you're taking the time to count out everything, I can give you the exact count.
I just took a note of the stuff, and we can count it up as we divide the loot.
Yeah, I imagine we'll do that once we're out of the cave and stuff.
Yeah, so I just made a note of what you said, and you keep it noting. So, and yeah, is that all the loot that we find in this little stash, right?
Yeah, in like the shiny pile, yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else of note? Like, can I look around, see if there's anything else salvageable amongst their stack?
Yeah, go ahead and make an investigation check. Yeah, go ahead. I was gonna give you advantage, but even advantage doesn't really help. Yeah, so you and Fosco kind of like pick through the pile, and it seems to be mostly just crap, shredded stuff, or like kind of moldy, nasty clothes. You do see that Fosco kind of like he steals a couple of items. Like he finds like another hat that's not too bad. It has just like one little hole in it. He puts it on. He finds like an old shirt and puts it on. Like he finds a few raggy clothes that he just puts on to better protect himself.
Okay. Are you set now, Fosco? Should we join the others?
Yeah, the sooner we can get out of here, the better.
Okay. We'll be quick in this final bit of exploration. We'll be on our way. And at that, I'll start making my way around the corner here to join the others.
Okay, so that whole process like took a few minutes. So you guys, you walk over here to the end, and you see a lot of this stuff. Like there's some more refuse here, but a lot of it is like broken cart bits and things. Like you see like um, like wheel wells, or like half broken chairs. You see just like a bunch of random crap in here. And again, like as you step in, you see like some smaller little like rodents just like and scatter out of the way.
Let's go. And that's these three walking around in this last section, right?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, ready to go back to town then?
It's too like I call out, Edgar, are you in here?
No response.
Fosco, did you ever see Edgar when he was in here? Or did you not see him since the back in town?
No. I was here for probably. My best guess is a day and a half. Maybe 2 days. I don't know. And they just kind of played with me a bit. He gave me these, and he kind of gestures to the scratches. I waited. I watched when they came in and when they came out. When I thought I had a chance, I hid. And I've pretty much been stuck under that pile for, God, I don't know, it's been days.
When we picked up the notice, you had been reported missing for about 2 weeks at that point.
Was that him or Edgar?
Edgar was 4 days.
Shit, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Feels like an eternity.
Your home, at least, is not in too rough a state of affair. We cleaned out anything rotting, so at least it won't be a mess when you come home.
Thank you. Thank you kindly.
when I was in this room over here, can I look around real fast and see if there's anything glowing?
Nothing appears to be magical in this room.
Okay.
Nothing stands out, blows at you. Again, it's mostly like broken carts and wheels, and you see like a couple of like ripped open like satchels and stuff that have just like maybe like little bits of rice or something like pouring out of it.
As I'm poking my head in, I'm
Okay.
just gonna jokingly call out, is there enough to put together a cart for the ride home?
We're on top of a mountain.
You actually,
I'm trying.
because there's actually a lot of stuff in here. If you guys took the time, you could probably assemble a cart. I mean, not that you have like the proper
Yeah, but how do we
tools.
get it down the mountain?
Like,
I'm
Oh.
just
Clearly got up here somewhere.
we'd like climb up.
If they probably flew it up, a bunch of them there.
Yeah, it's in pieces. Like you see like one larger section that's kind of like snapped in half. That's like the body of the cart, and then it's mostly like wheels and like pieces of axle. And but there's quite a few. It's just like a big pile.
If only. But at that, there's nothing of note in here beyond these broken parts then?
No, not that you notice.
Okay, well, if we've searched what remains of this cave, then I believe we are ready to get Fosco here home.
Yeah, I'm gonna. As we're leaving, I'm gonna take another like quick run around all like the areas of the cave, calling out Edgar's name.
Okay.
Taking another look around, trying to find him.
Yeah, I'll help him just because I don't want to leave anything unturned either. If he's in
Yeah,
some
he
little
was.
nook.
So that
He
thing
was reported. He was only here a couple days. If anything, he should have had a better chance. So
was the thing that they were eating up in the corner, was that him?
that was a rat thing.
I'm gonna pull out some of the like less tattered scraps of clothing and like full pieces of clothing and like the hat and other stuff that I found from the couple of piles that we searched through, and show them to Fosco. Is any of this clothing belonging to Edgar? I grabbed these hoping to bring them down to the village and show them, see if it's anything they'd recognize.
And he kind of like pans over for a few minutes. I don't recognize anything here of his. I mean, I didn't know all of his clothing or anything, but I've never seen him wear anything like that.
Okay.
Right,
worth
so
a
it's going to
shot.
be walk around the whole cave, hands on the wall as we go, so we don't miss a room.
Yeah. So you walk around and just make a quick investigation check. Those of you who are walking around one last time.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring Fosco with me and do that as well.
I look at my belly button.
That's great. Yeah, so Ed, you just kind of you
There's
just
the
get
ceiling.
kind of like lost. You're just walking forward blindly, walking around, and you kind of like half forget like, oh yeah, that's right. I was
What was I
supposed to be
doing?
looking. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the rest of you, you look around and you don't see much of consequence. You just see mostly just like this refuse and like tattered stuff, and you can see it's all various sorts of like clothing. Like you see like a couple pieces look like they're finer, maybe like silk. Again, it's like shredded up to ribbons, ripped wide open. Some of it seems like traveling clothes, commoners' clothes, and you don't see many other fresh like corpses or bodies besides like that rat that you found. There was that one that was like near where their nest was, that you saw that had a little bit of like meat, like viscera still left on the bone. But besides that, you don't see any other like fresher corpses.
And there was nothing really identifying with that. There was a pile of bones. Nothing
Yeah.
identifying really.
But yeah, based on the investigation check, like taking another loop around, um, inspecting the corpse further, you do see it's definitely humanoid shape, and just based on like the rib cage is still kind of intact enough, and like push, if you wish to like push the pieces together a little bit, they're not just like thrown to the winds. Um, they look to be um, like a bulkier humanoid. Um, Maybe somewhere in the ballpark of like, just rough guess off the top of your head, about 6 feet. Um, it's hard to tell like a weight, but has like an adult-sized rib cage, bone structure.
Is there any hair on the? Is there anything on the head?
You don't see anything. There's just like little tiny bits of like, um, again, a tiny bit of flesh remaining, but mostly just muscle. Um, yeah, you don't see any hair.
Okay.
Branagor, do you know? Can you tell how old how long ago this was killed? Would you?
I could estimate. I'm not really accustomed to humanoid corpses, but if it's anything like a deer corpse or something, I might be able to tell something.
Yeah, go
Or if
ahead
it's
and
anything,
make a survival check with advantage. You see that Fosco comes over and he's like, "Yeah, I'll help you." So with that, yeah, no problem.
Advantage.
So 19, because he also guided you with it. So you
oh,
both
nice.
discern that it's a very again, it's a very fresh corpse, humanoid, and it's only been kicking around for maybe a few days. As you say that, he also pipes up. Yeah, there was a bit of a commotion, but a few days ago. But again, it's hard to tell. They're always feasting on something. Nothing really stands out more than anything else.
Damn.
There's
So,
a chance that it's him because he was reported to be 5'10" and bulky. I mean,
matches
And
up.
just and also just based on your role, so you're inspecting him, like you're turning him over, and as like you like roll over the bones a little bit, and you see that he
Can we take his
has.
head back?
It's a
Sure, yeah, you can take his
skull.
head back. You can take the skull back. Um,
We'll
you
take
do.
we'll take whatever's left
Uh,
in the
d-
sack so she can bury it.
You see lying underneath the body
There.
is a golden band, a golden wedding band.
we'll pick that up, take it back.
If
The
that might
wedding.
let us know.
Okay.
Think we're heading out and then back to town.
All right. So heading back out, I'm just gonna swap you guys over to the other map. Sorry, this map was just kind of thrown together, so it wasn't very detailed or anything, but was it cool to have a map?
Oh yeah,
I
that's
liked
pretty
it.
good.
Yeah.
It took me literally like 10 minutes to throw that together while we were talking at the same time. So, like I
That's
said, when I
pretty
get more time,
solid.
I'll
That.
I'll make it better next time. Okay.
That was cool though. That was like I was talking about earlier. It's like if it doesn't have to be too detailed. Like as long as it's like we can get a general idea of what's going on. Uh, that's cool by me.
Yeah, that was perfectly fine. Like, I mean, I don't know what things you were thinking of improving on that, but like backgrounds and stuff would really be all that I can.
Yeah, add a rock or two or a stalagmite that we can't see around, and you're good to go.
Yeah. And again, I actually have all those assets, so I can do that. It just takes a little bit of time. Like I just have to do it.
Yeah.
You know, I have the technology. I just, not the time. But cool. glad you liked it. Like I said, I'll try and make more of an effort. This is mostly going to be a theater of the mind kind of thing. But if you know, like that, like small little battles, especially smaller maps, will be easier. But if you have any locations like you're constantly going to, like a city or something, I'll probably grab a map, throw up a map for you. Or like that. Alright. So you come out of the cavern, and you can see at this point, because you left, it was late, took a few hours to get up, you battled, you took a short rest. So at this point, it's probably about 3:30ish, before making your way back down into town. You come out and just again you see like the sun now is like on the other side. It's crested over, and you can just see like it's not an orange sun at this point, but it has like this beautiful kind of glow as like the silence of the mountain you can just see like for miles. On this side of the mountain you cannot see Norwich, but it's just, you know, a beautiful sight to see, and you see like all these hawks and eagles and things like that kind of like swooping down and like nesting, and just kind of like a serene atmosphere as you begin your journey back to Norwich.
Tee off the edge.
Can I grab a bunch of the harpy feathers?
Okay, yeah.
Just
So
I don't know, something.
yeah, it's easy enough. It depends like how many do you want. You can, like, they're all over the cavern floor, so you can literally have as many as you want. You just have to like you know, take a few minutes, and
Like I don't know if I have like a bag or something. Just
you can get like 100, 1,000.
I
there's a
don't-
lot of them. However much time you want to take. Like,
I'll take like a couple dozen.
okay,
That's it.
cool.
Um,
And as you do that, you see that Fosco kind of joins you, and he's like, yeah, I could probably use these for some arrows. And he grabs like as many as he can, he like puts them into his pockets. And you have a backpack, so like literally as many as you want, you could just put on there.
I kind of wanna just go up to Fosco and I don't want you to eat this all at once. Take it slow, but I give him a day's worth of rations, because I know we gave him water. I don't know if we gave him food, so I'm gonna give him some food.
So he just like, oh, thank you, I'm starving, and he just like takes it, and he
Not too
probably
slow.
just downs like half of it. He just like shoves it in his
God
mouth,
damn it.
and then he puts like the other half away. So, oh fuck, thank you.
No problem.
To which like he just takes like a handful of coin from his pocket and he just like plops it in your hand. So,
No. We got. I don't want this. You keep it.
like you're trying to hand it back, but he's like curling your fingers back around it and like trying to push your hand back to you. He's like, no. And
Okay.
it's kind of like for everybody else, it's like a sight to see, because Branagor's like 7 feet tall, and this halfling is just like literally like half of his size.
Yeah.
So yeah, everybody finishes scooping up their feathers and whatnot. Is there anything anybody else is looking to do, either now or like throughout the travel back to town?
Oh wait, have
not
we haven't
really.
left yet, right?
Correct. It was like you were like, yeah, we want to.
Outside the edge of the cave.
I'm actually gonna go and grab like some of the harpy like claws and stuff.
Okay.
See what I can get from the body.
Okay, so go ahead.
I remember as we're leaving, seeing some of the feathers that what's his name? Bogle Baron wanted kobold parts or Knoll parts.
Knoll
Might
parts.
want harpy parts.
Never know. So go ahead. Does anybody want to help him out, or you're just like, I'll be right back?
Sure, I'll help him.
Okay. So whichever one of you wishes um, can make a survival check with advantage.
I imagine you want to. You're higher.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it seems a bit more stuff that you're used to.
Okay, no problem. So what are you going for first? Or is it just like a package deal? Like you're like, whatever we can salvage.
I'm just doing whatever Felix wants.
And I'm thinking claws and talons. Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm thinking at this point.
Okay, so yeah, I'll just start trying to strategically remove some of the stuff.
Okay, okay, no problem. So with that, brings it to an 18. So yeah, you manage to declaw all but one of the harpies um, successfully. So there is. Hold on here, I gotta count in my head. So you get 15 talons from the lot. And this process like takes a little bit. Like you're helping him by like kind of bending the claws back as he carefully like cuts around to get them out. So it takes probably the better part of like half an hour to 45 minutes to harvest all those claws.
How are we doing on daylight to get down from here?
That was like 3.
Yeah, at this point it's probably with all that it's about like 4:15 roughly. The sun has again it's crested over by a little bit. It's like getting to be late afternoon, but it's not like orange sun or anything at this point yet. But you
But
do
if
know
we're
that
in
it's
mountains and that cuts it off.
yeah.
I mean, we got plenty of light stuff if it starts getting dark. But we should start heading down the mountain. Let's see. After we get that, I don't see any other reason to not get moving.
Okay. So yeah, with that being said, you declaw, you get the 15 talons, and these are mostly like its hands. In the hands, they're just more like longer, sharp fingernails, sort of, as opposed to like the feet are more akin to like a bird's talons. So you get like the larger ones from the bird. And it's probably like once you weigh them all up, it's like hefty. It's probably like a good like 5-6 pounds just worth of these claws. They're pretty dense.
Okay.
And yeah, so with that, is anybody else looking to do anything while you're like traveling back to town?
Not really. I'm just making my way back.
Okay, so it takes you, because you had to climb up. At this point, you're like above, so you're. It's a lot easier to go down the mountain than it is to come up. So, by the time you stroll back into town, it's probably about. Let's see. The sun is starting to like orange. Um, it's starting to get shadowy and darker depending on where you look. Just because of it being a mountain region, but as you show up back into town, all kind of like beaten up and disheveled, you see just like one or two villagers kind of like looking over and like murmuring. You can't really tell what they're saying, but you're like on this last stretch, like going into town, coming back down the pathway.
Do I see? No, what's her name?
Martine.
Martine.
At this point, no. It just happened to be like, because there's however many villagers there. You just see a couple of them noticed you, and like you can tell, like they're just watching you and they're like conversing.
Well, let's get you back to your home so that you can settle down for a good rest, Fosco.
Thank you, thank you again.
What's going on is I'm gonna start walking him over to his house. It's so close to the entrance of the town. I'm gonna also ask, since it is starting to get late, I fear we're not gonna be able to make it back to the city tonight at least. Would it be okay if we stayed in your house one last night?
We can split up. Not all of us.
Of course.
Right, of course.
Anytime, really.
All right, thank you very much. Again, our apologies for staying there while you were gone.
It's better than me staying where I was, so.
Yeah, there is that.
Yeah, fair enough.
And as you lead him into his residence, he just kind of like, he opens the door, he hangs his bow back up and like takes his quiver off and like, just very nicely puts it away, and then he just like flops onto his bed and he just lets out a
Well, we'll let you rest for the night, and then I'll just step out, close the door for him, just get out of the house and stop bothering him.
Yeah, he doesn't even put a blanket on or anything, he just like out. And at this point, as you do that, is everybody going there? Did you all follow him there, or did several of you branch off or anything?
Yes, I would have gone to the other lady's house to let her know the sad news.
Okay, so it doesn't take long to essentially put Fosco to bed. So you're lagging behind just by like a few minutes because it's kind of like on the way. So, Cleese, you approach Martine's residence, Martine and Edgar's humble abode, and as you approach the familiar wooden door, kind of disheveled looking. There's like cobble that goes maybe a third to a half of the way up the house, and then this hovel is kind of just built with whatever straw, like mostly straw and twigs and like larger tree like.
Yep, that's where we stayed last time.
Yeah. You approach the familiar door. So, are you going in? Are you knocking on the door?
Yeah, I'm knocking.
Okay.
But I'll knock.
You hear like a scuffling. Yes, I'll be right there. Just a very excited tone. Runs over and throws the door open with a big smile.
About that
Thank goodness
smile.
you've returned. Oh, come in. Tell me what you found. Did you find Edgar?
Yep. We regret to inform you that we believe Edgar was fighting off his assailants, and he, while inflicting grave damage on them, unfortunately, it looks like he may have passed.
And at that, she like still has the smile on her face, and she just kind of like tilts her head to the side and. Wait, what? I don't understand.
Am I? Yeah. Was
Yeah, it's not just Cleese. It's Felix, you were there as well, and then Branagor. I don't know if you were behind them or not. I know Alan helped Fosco. I'm not sure where you were at in this.
I'm just outside. I didn't go in.
Yeah. Do you have the ring, Cleese? That we found?
Yeah,
Show her.
we asked her about the ring, if that belonged to her husband.
Is this your husband's ring?
And she takes it. She just shakily kind of like plays around with it in her thumb, and she looks at it, looks on the inside, and like feels along, and
I'm going to take that as a yes.
I okay. And at that you see she's like holding onto the doorway a little bit.
I take her in, have her sit, and make her some tea.
Yes, so she goes over and she sits on, like, she has like a smaller bed, straw, and just like sits down and just like idly kind of just like looking and playing with this ring. And after a few moments, as you're like trying to make her a cup of tea or whatever, she just starts like bawling her eyes out, just weeping bitterly.
Yep, time to leave town.
Is there anyone? Do you have some friends here we can go and bring over, or something like that? Anything we can do to help you in this time?
She kind of like stops for a moment and just takes a few moments to collect herself and like wipes her eyes. You've all you've done enough, really. Thank you. I mean, really, thank you so much. But I think I can do this part on my own. And at that, she like wipes away some more of her tears, and she's all like kind of like raccoon-eyed, and she just goes up to Cleese and like gives him a big hug and whispers in his ear, like, thank you.
You're welcome. We did what we could. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough.
I know, but nonetheless.
We did recover his remains. If you'd
grab
if
a
you
handful of
properly...
grab a handful of coins from the random party treasure and hand them to her.
She just kind of like, she's like fighting back tears, and she just like tries to wipe them away, and just kind of like nods and like takes them idly. I don't know how I could ever repay what you've done, to at least bring me this. So just thank you again.
All right, and I guess we'll bed down for the night again. Check on Buddy's infections in the morning. Back.
Okay. And you see at that point, she lets you like stay in her place, should you wish, and she goes out and collects herself for a little while and comes back like an hour and a half later or so. So at this point it's like darker.
Yeah, just something like before it gets dark, like while she's stepping out, I'm just gonna step in, ask Branagor if he would mind helping with the training again with the horse before it gets too dark out.
Oh, sure, yeah.
All right, and then with that, we'll just make our way away from the house so we can not bother Martine too much.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm with them. I'm gonna watch the training, take some notes and reading and stuff.
Okay. So we'll do like the same thing as last time. Are you still doing like trying to familiarize like with the banging noises, or are you
Um.
attempting something
Oh, right.
different?
Hang on. I'm trying to remember what the system we looked at the other day. That was so we have to
It's in your
do
Discord.
right. Yeah, I think it was 2 weeks, right, of doing the getting it used to me. I believe is what we decided.
Yeah.
Either I can just make the, or do we have to do an animal handling check for that? Let me check. Sorry. Um, we were working on calm, and there is no skill challenge, but we just said we had to work on it for 2 weeks. But with Branagor, would you count that as a like reduction in time?
Yeah, well, I mean, I would still give it the 2 weeks, but I would say you definitely have advantage, and the DC is lower from having Branagor because he can literally talk to animals,
Okay.
so it's exponentially easier because he's there like translating and helping to calm and things like that.
Yeah, no, it's just the this specific command, like the calm command that because we were going to work on the command based system that you sent me. That one
Yeah.
doesn't have a skill challenge at all. So
Oh, that one doesn't have one linked. Okay. Okay, so
mhm.
that's fine. So we'll just say it'll take 2 weeks, but you just do it.
Okay.
It'll take 2 weeks of time, but I would say yeah, it'll take a week of time. You're right because
Okay.
Branagor is helping you. Okay, I forgot that one didn't have
Okay.
one associated with it.
In that case, Branagor, would you mind just in the future, pretty much from now on, just maybe an hour or less per day, just helping out with training going forward?
Yeah, I always have speak with animals. I just it's kind of shaky because I'll have to it's like a 10-minute ritual to cast without using a spell slot, and it only lasts for 10 minutes. So like I'll help for 10 minutes, and then I'll sit down for 10 minutes, and I'll help for 10 minutes, and so on.
Any help will be greatly appreciated. Shouldn't be too much talking it needs to be done, but it'll definitely speed up the training. So thank you.
Okay, no problem.
So yeah, just going forward, then we can kind of, as long as Brandagor's not off doing something on his own, we can kind of assume that there's a bit of a bonus from him when we do these further skill checks later on.
Okay, great. So you do that, and kind of like last time, it was ending like the edge of daylight pretty much. So you kind of burn off the last little bits of daylight you have as you're trying to make room for training and getting your horse used to you. And yeah, as you do that, you guys come back into town and you put your horse back in the you tie him back up, whether it's at Fosco's um, or somewhere else. I believe
Yeah.
because Fosco said you could still stay there. So if you're staying there,
Yeah, so I'm just gonna tie him up outside Fosco's, get him set up with just like some hay and just a cover, tarp, cloth, whatever I can get him.
okay. And you see, because you're at Fosco's residence, so anybody who is staying at Martine Martine's place, you see her strolling, whatever, like an hour and a half after, and she just looks like a lot more collected at this point. She
All
seems
right.
to be more of her usual kind of chipper self, and she comes in and she's carrying just like essentially like a pile of meat and like some nice fresh veggies.
As long as that wasn't him.
Yeah, so she just comes in and she's kind of like still puffy-eyed and whatnot. Uh, let me make you dinner. How's that sound?
Yummy.
And yeah, so she takes a little while and prepares it and makes a nice like grilled kind of like fillet. She has some freshly caught like trout of some sort, and as well as some like smaller pieces of something you're not really sure exactly what it is. It's not like standard like beef or chicken or goat.
Long pig.
But it all tastes pretty delicious. She makes like a lot of again like larger sections of meat, and then just like makes like some nice potatoes and some greens and stuff like that. And she serves on you and waits essentially whatever you wish. And you can see that she's definitely upset. She's not 100% herself, but she's at least trying to be.
Ready?
So, you guys have a nice dinner, and it's fairly quiet considering everything that's gone on. More opposed to the last couple of days. And yeah, so you wake up the next morning, uneventful. Um, no beautiful songs or anything like that. Nothing disturbs your slumber. You're free to sleep in until whenever you wish.
We'll get an early start to head back. I'll wake up around noon.
Okay.
Hey, that's early for me. Unless they come get me earlier.
No, anybody who's staying in the Fosco residence, like you wake up and you still see he is just out. You can see drool kind of like coming out of his face, pooling onto the pillow.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say if he's still out, I kind of want to. Is there like a piece of parchment or something in his house that I can write something on?
Yeah, easy enough. He has a few sheets. You see, he has like a little desk in the corner. He's got like a half a dozen sheets of parchment, and he has like a little inkwell and like a couple pieces of charcoal.
Okay, I just want to write really short message saying, um, please. I know you had a rough time, but please keep an eye out on Martine for a little while. And then on top of the paper, I put the copper that he put in my hand earlier.
Okay.
And then that's it.
Okay, easy enough. Again, he's sleeping like a log. You don't disturb him in the slightest. So those of you waking up see that Martine, she sleeps in more so than she has from what you've seen so far. She slept in a little bit, probably till like late morning, like 9:30 or so. She gets up in like a tizzy and she's like, can I make you breakfast? You see like her hair is like all like shot to one side.
No, I think we're good there.
Oh, okay. Will you be leaving today?
Yeah, we're gonna head out.
She just kind of nods and, okay. All right. Just if you just hold on just a little bit. How quickly are you leaving? Right away?
Oh, probably in the next hour.
And as you
Wanna
say that,
take
she's
a-
like, okay, so just give me the hour, okay? And she like runs out, like in pretty much in what she was wearing when she went to bed, which was like just the clothes the day before. She doesn't seem to have a whole lot, but she just kind of like runs out. Her hair's a mess. Is anybody trying to do anything for like an hour or so? It's probably like about roughly like 9 to 9:30 to 10:30 area.
I mean,
I'll just ask Branagor if he has the time, if I'm not bothering him too much with the training again. If he wants to just get this done in the morning now before we get back to town.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, then that'll be all.
Great. Okay, so that's what, three days?
Yep, that's 3 days now.
Okay. All right. So about an hour later, you see just a whole bunch of the villagers. They come up to I don't know if you're inside Martine's residence or where you guys are at, but they come up and they approach you all and they just like shake hands like, thank you, thank you, really, for everything, and just like shaking hands and like sending you off.
Oh yeah, we kind of never did talk to the actual villagers other than Martine.
They weren't missing.
yeah, I mean, I imagine that's been an issue for quite a while.
Yeah.
So you see one of them step forward. He's kind of like a like tall, lean, and he's a half orc, like taller and leaner for a half orc, and he just comes up to you and goes to shake all of your hands. Thank you for everything you've done here. I really don't know how to thank you enough. And he looks back at all the people and just know if you ever come up this way again, you're always welcome here. And if there's anything we can do to help you, we don't have much, but we do have loyalty.
Hey, loyalty. Maybe I'll retire here as mayor someday.
Uh,
Maybe.
that,
Open a little temple.
If you hold
Ready?
tight, we have something for you. And he like goes back into the crowd and comes out with like a big, it's pretty much like a rice sack that's been like cut, has the top cut off, and just has like various coin in it. Seems to be like somewhat hefty, and he just hands it to you all. We pooled together what we had, and we just really want to do whatever we can to thank yous, and this is the best we could come up with.
I don't feel good about accepting the money, but it's up to you guys.
I don't know what to do in this kind of situation.
Are you all sure that you don't need this money for anything? We would hate to deprive you of anything after having suffered a loss.
No, really, please. We'll be okay here. Take it. Go help somebody else with it.
Alrighty.
If you are absolutely insistent, then we can.
Well, now that the harpies are gone, we can try and forage up in the mountains again. It's been some time. I have a feeling things are going to be better. So, thank you on behalf of all of us. And you, as you scan, like you see them all like nodding, and like you see like a couple people from the back like, thank you.
And off we go into the sunset. Clippity clop, clippity clop.
And
I
off you go.
think I'm.
Yep. What? Sorry.
Oh, sorry. I've been quiet like most of the time because I don't really want to talk, when there's other people around. But I do thank him, and I'll say, we'll put this to good use.
He gives you like a nod and a smile. I'd hope so. And with that, you take off down the path north towards Kermont. and it's just a few minutes early here, but I'm just gonna say so you guys get to Kermont, and as you approach, you come out of like this hilly side, and then you come around this like semicircular wooded town area, and you're approaching the gates kind of like right as like this is the cutoff. So we'll start where you're coming back into Kermont.
Okay, cool. All right,
Okay.
guys.
And
We will see you next week. Oh,
for next week, we'll start at level 3.
sweet. Sweet.
So yeah,
Ooh,
nice.
also we need to divide up the stuff and examine what all we actually took from that cave, because we never did that.
Okay, we can. So, can we? Should we just do conversions to gold? Convert everything to gold.
You would have to go and like, if you like visited a shop, you should be able to. Like you could probably even just talk to Mr. Augusto, like when you get there, and be like, hey, we have all this various coin, or even Gerald or somebody. Like off the cuff, probably no. Just because the coin does take up volume and it weighs, so if you have like 10,000
Okay.
copper, you know what I mean? We're not at that sort of volume yet, but if we ever get there.
Yeah.
Okay, then let's wait until we can do conversions to split everything up. Just note it down.
There you
Yeah.
go. Or
Alright,
why not
so Alan
just
has,
keep it as party, and we'll just pay whatever we want, and we'll use it to buy weapons and armor for those that need it.
We
So,
do have a few. Yes.
Alan
Go ahead.
has all the stuff that I already gave him, which was from, like, he pocketed stuff from the Hag's Lair. And then, so do you want me to tell you what you guys have just for coinage?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Wait.
From
Yeah,
the,
sure.
From the townspeople.
From the townspeople.
Okay.
So you have 12 gold pieces, about 312 silver pieces, and 911 copper pieces.
So that's equipped to.
And you can go equip it to whoever, but just, you know. And then you can just do the conversion when you visit Mr. Augusto next or whatever.
Is it like copper's dime or copper, silver, gold, like pennies, dimes, dollars, or?
Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
10,
pennies,
10.
penny, dime, dollars. Yeah, it's all multiples of 10.
Okay.
About 50-ish gold.
Cool.
Yeah,
Little
I've
more.
had games where I actually make currency, but it's just like, you know, the players don't usually care as much, so like calling them different terms. But
All right, guys. I will see you guys next week there.
all right, well, I had a good time, good
Good
battle,
one.
All right.
good role play,
It was fun.
Yeah.
I'll see you then.
good. How did you guys feel about the ambient music selection?
Ambient music was good. I liked it.
Yeah.
Good. Liked it.
All right, I didn't really. Again, I kind of ran out of time, but my plan is to like actually make some cool playlists, so I don't have to swap out a whole bunch, and you know, I can really be a little more engaging. That's usually what I do in my offline games. So, and in case any of you are interested, tabletopaudio.com. It's all free.
Okay.
In Roll20, it's actually linked, and there's more on the website than you can get in Roll20. They have like over 100 tracks. It's pretty sweet. So
That's cool.
yeah. So if you like to like just have it in the background, sometimes I've even like played Skyrim, and just because I've heard the music so much, I'll shut it off and use the tabletop audio. Or like if you're reading or writing, it's pretty cool. Like inspiration.
Can I say how much it threw me off that they were using The Witcher's bar music in Critical Role last week?
Well, yeah, and well now that they have
Like, they have all the good
okay.
stuff.
Yeah, they have the okay. That was like his original selections were all from the Witcher series, so he was super pumped.
Yeah.
So, all right, shutting the stream off. In case anybody was listening or is watching these videos afterwards, thanks for tuning in. See ya.